Sarabeth Gildner with the three-pointer. She can't get that to go. But Liz Thomas with the defensive rebound, but steps out of bounds and gives the Hawks possession. Going the Ravens. What do you think that, Adam?
Not so far. I mean, it's only 7-9, but you know, you obviously had the Ravens start off with momentum the first couple possessions and just kind of trailed off from there, and they gave up the lead. So we'll see what the second quarter is going to bring now that we have 45 seconds left in the first.
Sydney Wilson takes it in and passes it out to number 4. Number 4 gets it inside. And Erica Bay with a nice block. Mary Reber grabs the ball and gets thrown to the ground by number 4, Savannah Perez. She gets her first foul.
Nice steal there by Geldner. I mean, that really messed up the whole like ball down there low and really caused the shot to miss. Really giving the Ravens the ball.
Kristen Curry checked in. Erica Bay stays in the entire quarter. And so does Sarabeth Gildner. Reber up top. Isolates herself. Kristen Curry with the ball. Curry brings it inside. Goes for a layup and draws the foul by number 30, Molly Kamer. Adam, what do you think about that play?
It really, you know, was kind of interesting. I mean, like, there was a lot of contact. I don't know if I saw a lot of contact in the arms, though. I mean, it looked like body-to-body type stuff. I'm kind of intrigued by the foul call, but, I mean, gives the Ravens a chance to tie it up 9-9 here.
Kristen Curry can't get her first one to go. And Shayna Espy will go in for Erica Bay. Sarabeth Gildner stays in the entire quarter for the Ravens. There's 9 seconds left. The Ravens are down 7-9.
And Curry goes 0 for 2 at the line. Both teams struggling from the strip so far. And that's going to be a big momentum shift for the Hawks going into the quarter.
All right, that's the end of the first. We're going to take this to commercial break.
Tax time is here. This year, tax time is here. This year, tax time is here. Tax time is here. This year, let Peggy's Tax and Accounting take away the stress and hassles of tax season. Whether you want a quick refund or need an IRS mediator, you can rely on Peggy and her 20-plus years of experience. Be sure to ask about Peggy's immediate tax refund. Agents are on hand 6 days a week and after hours by appointment. Walk in, call in, or visit their website for more information or to schedule your appointment today. Peggy's Tax and Accounting, 300 Southeast 29th Street in Topeka.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always...
Welcome back, Raven fans. End of the first quarter, the Ravens are down 11-7. Second quarter's getting ready to start, and it looks like the Ravens are putting their full starting team except for Katie Kappelman back out on the court. Shayna Espy will come in for Katie Kappelman.
Score 11-7 here, which, you know, kind of shows East is kind of on par so far, and the Ravens are kind of a little bit slacking. I mean, the quarter one averages for both teams. East usually averages around 12 points for the first quarter. Northwest around 14. So generally Northwest averages 14 points a quarter, and they only scored 7. They scored half. And East at 12 points a quarter average, and they scored 11, so they're right on par. But, you know, it really shows the Ravens are struggling tonight.
Foul called on number 5, Katie Gleason. The Ravens take possession. Inbounds played to Mary Reber. Reber taking it up the court. Katie Gleason picks her up at half court. Kristen Curry grabs the ball. Into Sarabeth Gildner. Gildner looks for the foul but doesn't get it called on her as she gets swatted the ball away. Defensive rebound by Espy. Up top. Out to Curry. Curry with a nice floater over the entire East team. Katie Gleason bringing the ball up the court.
That's really what you need from Curry, one of the stars of this team, is get this fire started in the second quarter.
Yeah, her leadership brings a great advance to the entire Ravens team. Adam, what do you think of the girls picking up the offense at half court?
I think they might just be trying to change something up because they obviously let East score more than they should have, as Geldner drops a nice three there. So they might be trying to just change up the gameplay, see what works against this Hawks team.
There's a lot of lead changes going on so far. We've seen about 8.
Exactly what you want to see out of this matchup. 1 seed versus 2 seed in the state.
Wilson can't get it to go. She throws it off the backboard too hard, and Curry with the defensive rebound on the fast break out to Reber. Reber with a three-pointer and splashes a 3.
2 threes in a row for the Ravens. That's going to put them right back in this game. Not just right back in it, they're 2 possessions ahead now.
That's right, they lead by 4. Gleason takes it up the court and gets a nice layup.
That even touch the net?
I don't think it did, Adam. Reber taking it inside, passes out to Erica Bay. Here we have Reber up the court. She isolates herself. Shannon Espy with the screen. And Reber passes it out to Gildner as she airballs a three-pointer and can't get it to go.
Rare from Geldner there.
That's right. Liz Thomas is in for Mary Reber.
See what she can do to keep the three-point hustle going on.
Let's hope she can. Erica Bay gets the inbounds pass out to Curry. Curry isolates herself. Gildner with the screen. SB out to Curry. Gildner's taking some tough screens. Gildner isolates herself. Crossover move. Gets into the paint. There's a foul called. She splashes it. The foul
not
called.
Gonna count.
And that won't count.
Call number 5, Shannon Espy, her first, team 4.
Shannon Espy gets a personal foul. Looks like that's her first. Team's 4th foul. Ravens lead by 2 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Wilson isolates herself out to number 25.
Lot of contact there.
Oh my gosh,
Bay.
and she ignores the contact and gets a nice floater inside. Gildner, oh! Gildner with the travel. She looks very upset with that one. She knew it was going to happen right when she did it.
Looked like she slid a little bit on the floor.
Timeout on the floor, charge to Olathe Northwest. This will be a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout for the Ravens. Adam, this is a good time to bring up the stats of Sarah Beth Gildner. What do you think her free throws are going to look like this game?
I mean, her free throws generally are, I mean, she's had many games this season, and she's literally been perfect from the line. So, I mean, I expect to see it out of her tonight. Generally the best free throw shooter on the team. As we mentioned earlier, both teams kind of struggling with their three-point percentages so far tonight, so that's something that Ravens really need. In order to do that, she needs to draw fouls, which she usually doesn't have a lot of trouble with. Yet to draw any tonight, though.
That's right. We'd like to see her more at the line.
You get Geldner at the line, pretty much free points for Lake Northwest.
That's right. Score's tied. 4.5 minutes left in the second. Wilson up top. Isolates herself against Sarah Beth Gildner. Spin move. Tries to get it in. It looks like a travel, but Kristen Curry gets a nice tip pass and steal. Oh! Shayna Espy takes it in and gets a nice draw foul. Wilson has 2 fouls. Let's see if the Hawks coach takes her out.
Wilson, tallest player on the team at 6 foot.
That's right. Looks like if she gets another foul, that's going to put the Hawks in a bad position. Oh, yep. Hawks coach takes him out.
Speaking of height, both these teams are pretty have a lot of advantages vertically, as the Ravens have 10 players over the average height of a girls basketball player, 5'7". They have 10 players 5'7" or taller, and East has 9.
Oh, a Euro move. Can't get it to go. Sarah Beth Gildner running the fast break. A nice hezzy. Oh, and almost makes it. And she goes for the foul, but doesn't get it.
That right there could have been those free points you were talking about. Gildner puts the free throw.
Gildner's getting angry. If she keeps that up, she might not be as good as she usually is. She needs to calm down. Timeout, Hawks.
Timeout on the floor, charge to Olathe East. This will be a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Adam, what do you think Sarah Beth Gildner is getting herself into? Looks like she's getting pretty angry with the fouls not called on her.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of contact on her tonight. And East obviously has done the research, knowing that she's somebody you gotta guard tightly. And she honestly does deserve some of those calls she's hoping to get, but gotta have trust in the officials that they're just gonna call a fair game. They're calling what they see. So,
I mean, Adam, the officials hasn't called a single foul on her, and it looks like she's being clocked at the other end of the court. She's getting upset. I think she needs to calm down before she starts getting personal fouls and taken out of the game.
Definitely. I mean, getting in your head can be one of the main detriments, especially to one of the best stars on the team. You can't have that in a game like this.
That's right. Gildner with the isolation move out to Curry. Curry fakes a pass. Over. Gildner with the screen. Oh, and she finally gets a foul call, but she looks like she's fine. Oh, good sportsmanship by number 5, Katie Gleason, as she picks up.
There's a foul on Gildner, it looks like.
Oh, looks like there's a charging foul. Gildner is very upset by that call. They're calling all the fouls on her, but not for her. Katie Gleason picked up Sarah Beth Gildner with a
full-court press here.
Great sportsmanship, don't you think, Adam?
Yeah, definitely.
Number 25 brings it in, gets the foul called on her. Erica Bay fouled.
That's a lot less obvious of a foul call than some of the fouls that Northwest hasn't been getting.
This is a very one-sided game, it looks like.
I don't know if I'd say one-sided, just, the referees just kind of, finding, they're seeing calls more on us than for us. So.
That's right. Weinmiller gets the first to go. She's shooting her second at the charity stripe. Three minutes left in the second. The Ravens are down 19-15. Curry brings it up the court. Hesitation move. Gets it in with a nice layup, avoiding all defense, and gets it to go.
Cuts through 2 defenders down low to somehow get past them and put up the layup for the easy 2. I say easy 2, she just made it look easy.
She makes that one look easy. That's right, Adam. Out to number 24. Hope Owens gets it in. There's a push called on Curry, and Curry looks hurt. She may have jammed her finger there.
Raven foul called on number 34, Kristen Curry. Her first, team 7. Hawks now in the bonus.
She's now talking to the Ravens coach about her hand.
Looks like she's going to stay in.
She's staying in. She toughed that one out. Sarah Beth Gildner in for Kristen Curry. It looks like her finger really is jammed. Coach took her out immediately. Liz Thomas looks to be cherry picking on the other side of the court. But the Ravens don't see her. Gildner trying to make it work. She's in a slump right now.
I think that's a minor example, but it still is an example of how she's kind of in her head right now. You had Mary Reber wide open on the wing there, and she's just trying to dribble out of the slump rather than seeing the whole court.
That layup went right over the basket, which looked like it could have gone in, but didn't. Oh, a nice defensive rebound, and she fought for the rebound. Liz Thomas cherry picking on the other side of the court, and she's going to take it in. Oh, and a nice layup. Doesn't get the foul, but she still gets it to go.
East bench looking for the charge.
Oh my goodness. Did you see that? Liz Thomas took the East player's shoe off. That's insane.
Literally knocked the shoes off the defense.
No wonder she's wearing ankle braces.
That's going to tie the game up, 19-19. There's one heck of a game going on right here.
This is a very great game.
Exactly what we signed up
watch.
for.
This is what makes my job fun. Gleason bringing it up the court, calling out plays.
East has 3 more games left on their schedule. Northwest with 2. So, you know, the winner of this game is huge because if Northwest can win, that gives them a legitimate shot at taking first in state going into the regional championship.
Oh!
As it looks like
There's a foul called on Erica Bay. Kristen Curry's about to go in for a player on the Ravens. She gets her first to go. East is automatic from the line right now, making at least 75% of their free throws. Kristen Curry went in for Erica Bay. She gets that one to go, 2 for 2. Reber bringing it up the court. Calling out plays. Olathe East is running a man-to-man defense right now.
a lot of contacts with the and one. That's what the Ravens are looking for all game. Reber with a chance to put the Ravens in the lead here, tied at 21.
There's a minute and 10 seconds left in the second quarter. The score is tied.
Reber will miss.
Reber can't get that one to go. Hawks on the fast break. They take the layup and gets a nice floater to go. And the Ravens are panicking, getting it down the court. They slow it down. Looking for the pass. Out to Liz Thomas. Liz Thomas pushing the defender off her. Curry with the ball. Curry, nice post moves out to Gildner, and Gildner takes it back, slowing the game down again. Oh, Gildner finally gets the foul called on her. And she'll go to the line for 2. This is what we've wanted to see this entire game, Adam.
Absolutely. We'll see what she can do with it.
Sarah Beth Gildner with the line shooting 2.
Shooting 1. She gets that one to go. Didn't touch anything but net.
Gildner, a junior, been a major staple of this Lady Ravens basketball team since her freshman year.
That's automatic. Gets 2 for 2. Hawks take possession. Wilson taking it up the court. Tallest player on the team taking it up the court, Adam.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I like to see that. That's what we see nowadays in the upper levels of basketball. NBA has players like DeMarcus Cousins. I know it's not WNBA, but there are some players that take it up that are at least 6'3".
See what the call is here.
Looks like there's a 3 seconds called. Ravens take possession, and they are celebrating.
With 8.5 seconds left in the half, this gives the Ravens a chance to go into the half with momentum, up by 2 or 3.
Let's see. Reber
They do
waits
have
for
the
final
bonus.
shot. Oh, Reber tries to get it to go. Offensive rebound. Shayna Espy can't get it to go. That's the end of the second. Halftime is coming. Ravens and East Hawks are tied 23-23. We're going to take it to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV25, where there's always something on. With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV25, where there's always something on.
Got problems? We solve them. Warner Electric, your residential troubleshooting specialist.
Great movies.
Oh, yeah.
Classic TV shows.
Good evening, I'm Mr. Carson.
Free to watch. Easy to watch.
But of course.
On over-the-air digital or cable.
This is it.
This is your movie network.
Boy, if life were only like this.
And this is Antenna TV.
I love it.
Together, two memorable networks to watch.
Watch your favorites on TV 25.3 and TV 25.11.
Oh no, electrical problems. Who do I call?
My preference would be Warner Electric.
I think we found your problem here. For all your electrical troubleshooting needs, call Warner Electric.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV25, where there's always something on.
Hi, I'm Nick Baumgartner, owner of Midwest Barter Exchange.
So what is barter anyway?
Midwest Barter helps you trade what you have for what you really need. You can use Midwest Barter dollars to purchase hundreds of products for your business or personal use without the use of cash, including advertising on TV25. Find out more on our website or call 785-383-4965.
Buzzer, Justice, Antenna, Heartland, Newsmax, Weather Nation, Revin, Untamed Sports, Retro, Vibrant, This, Jewelry. 12 simultaneous networks broadcasting 24 hours a day to 2.2 million viewers in Kansas City, Lawrence, and Topeka. We are TV25, where there's always something on.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25, always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on.
TV 25, always something on.
That's WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Alright, welcome back to the Olathe East versus Olathe Northwest rivalry game. So far we got a good one, 23-23 tied at half. Point distribution only between 4 players, Olathe Northwest. That's Reber, Curry, Geldner, and Liz Thomas. Geldner 1 for 5 tonight. Not like her. What do you think of that, August?
She's definitely in a slump right now, and she's trying to shoot her way out of the slump, but I think she just needs to calm her attitude and her emotions down. Her emotions are getting the best of her. It's all mental right now. But she is a great second half player, and I am looking forward to see what she's going to bring in the second half.
Me too. Now let's switch over to the east side. You got Wilson and Winnemiller both with 6 points. You got Gleason with 5, and Kamer and Weischer with 2 and 2. So the point distribution a lot more for them. They have I think 5 players that have scored points, and although they have 0 assists so far, which I find interesting.
Yeah, Adam, I don't see many assists coming from Olathe East Hawks. They are getting to the line a lot, and as a matter of fact, McKenna Weinmiller has made all her free throws, and she has made at least 6 free throws. That's all she's made out of her 6 points.
Number 5, Katie Gleason. Number 23, Sydney Wilson. Number 24, Hope Owens. Number 25, McKenna Weinmiller.
The Ravens have their starting lineup back in the second half. There's 14 seconds left until second half. Scores tied.
This one, everything we could have hoped it to be. 23-23 at half.
That's right, Adam. How do you feel about Erica Bay? She is not very flashy as the other Ravens, but she gets the job done. If she has she's 4 rebounds, she's automatic from the line.
She's one of the, not, I wouldn't say like a star of the team, because you got Geldner and Curry and Reber that kind of carry this team, and then everybody else is kind of like, they have their role, and that's an important role, but they just kind of let those 3 run the show. But Bay honestly doesn't get the amount of credit she deserves. She's usually down there, getting a lot of points down low, getting rebounds, drawing fouls, and she's done a lot of that tonight. She's really stepping out, played her part.
Wilson with the ball, passes it out. Wilson back with the ball. Hands it off to Weinmiller. Weinmiller gets it inside, which looks like a travel, but number 30, Molly Kamer, gets the ball to go into the basket, denying all defense in the post.
So Hawks going to start off the half, first points of the half.
That's right, Adam.
How big of an impact is that going to have on the momentum?
With Curry missing that 3, I think this is going to be a big impact on him. The Ravens. Looks like a travel, but she gets the floater to go and gets a foul call for her and goes to the line for 1.
Student section starting to fill up over there.
I see that, Adam. Big crowd tonight.
Got a blackout tonight.
That's right. Weinmiller shoots automatic from the line. She's made all.
East up by 5 now.
Weinmiller has 9 points.
Ravens yet to score a point this half.
That's right. The Hawks are keeping them scoreless, and Ravens are still really trying hard. Reber. Gildner with the ball, passes it out to Erica Bay. Bay gets it inside, passes it out to Reber. Reber's spin move out to Curry. Curry fakes the 3, goes in, shoots a nice floater, can't get it to go. Wilson with the rebound, takes it down on the fast break. She's running the ball up the court.
How do you feel about that step back jumper in the lane?
Oh, Erica Bay almost gets the steal to go. Gildner gets a steal, runs it up the court on the fast break, slows it down out to Erica Bay. Bay gets it in, throws it up, and gets a foul called for her. She is excellent at drawing fouls, Adam. Don't you think so?
Just as we were just mentioning, she's a great role player for this Ravens roster.
That's right. She didn't get a start last year, but she's starting every game this year. She's really improved on her off season, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Especially her free throws. She gets that one to go. Lucky tip in.
Substitution for the Hawks.
She makes this. Ravens will only be down by 1 possession.
That's right. Scores 28-24. Ravens are down. 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Shooting 2 for 2. Automatic from the line. She makes 2. Wilson bringing it up the court. She's 6 foot. Looks like she's the center for the the Hawks, and she's taking it up the court. Oh. Gildner with the tip pass, passes it out to Curry. Curry tries to get the, Gildner with
a rebound.
Oh my goodness, Adam, did you see that? Erica Bay is getting into the Hawks' business. That's what we like to see.
Definitely, definitely. From someone who's, you know, obviously a starter, but also a role player, you know, you can afford to draw a few more fouls than, you know, Reber, Curry, and Geldner. So she's really using that to her advantage. Really, really aggressive down there.
Oh my goodness, she is hot right now.
Bay
Wilson almost loses a pass. Wilson isolates herself. Tries to look for a pass. Oh my goodness. A nice Euro step for Weinmiller. Weinmiller is making almost every basket. She is shooting so well from the
Had 4
field.
points going into the half and even more now.
That's right, Adam. And she has not missed from the line yet. I think I just jinxed her because she just missed. Gilner taking it out the court. She isolates herself. Kappelman with the screen. Curry, step back jumper. Can't get that to go. Kappelman looks for a foul but can't get it.
That's the second step back jumper.
There's a timeout
step
called.
back 2-point jumper that Curry's missed out of her
a
last
spin
two.
move.
At the basket for Sydney Wilson.
Gildner down.
Gilner tries to take the charge but can't get it to go.
Gildner gets charged.
Gilner with 3 fouls. Liz Thomas is going in for Erica Bay. Raven Nation looking pretty upset. Wilson, 1 for 1.
Right here is right when the Ravens really need to step up. Down 27-33, quite a big deficit growing on them. I think might not even be bad for Coach Brandstrom to call a timeout, just kind of reset things and get them going in the right direction, because they can't let this run go on for much longer.
Oh, a nice Euro step, hop step, my bad, into the lane. Kristen Curry. She might be smaller than them, but she can definitely get it in.
Wilson using her height.
Oh my goodness, she is too strong down in the post. She gets a nice floater off the backboard.
Curry running this offense so far.
Now it's just a nice Euro step floater, back and forth from the Ravens and the Hawks.
That brings the lead to only 4 points.
That's right, Adam. The Ravens are doing incredible on defense. They have at least 3 steals in the half.
As the Ravens take 30-second timeout here. We will pause for station identification. You are watching Raven Ladies Basketball on the YouTube production of O&W Raven Daily. Make sure to follow us on Snapchat at O&W Now and Twitter at O&W_Raven Daily for more updates on latest Northwest news.
There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on right now from the Ravens and the Hawks.
This is a rivalry game, you know. I mean, it's not
right.
It's not just because they're numbers 1 and 2 seeds in the state. It's, you know, Olathe Northwest or Olathe East. It's always been a heated rivalry. It's not going to change now. It's heated up more now that you know, they are 1 and 2 seeds.
Gleason with the ball. She takes it in. Gildner with the steal, but she loses the ball. Oh, a nice pass fake. Gildner swipes it, gets the steal to go. There's a jump ball. Olathe East retains possession. Inbounds pass to Wilson. Wilson fakes the 3-pointer. Fakes a pass, gets it inside. There's a block called on Kristen Curry.
Foul called on number 34, Kristen Curry, her second, team 5.
That's the team's 5th foul, Adam. You think they're going to be in foul trouble?
I mean, if they distribute it right, then no. And there's a lot of contact there on the arms, but the official's going to let it go. I mean, I don't think 5 is too many to start worrying, unless they're all, you know, most of them are falling on one player or 2 players, which really isn't the case.
Tip pass by Wilson. Gildner's going to inbounds it to
whoever's open, looks like.
Reber. Curry. Stuttering a little bit. Curry gets the ball back. Almost loses it. Gets it inside. A nice layup. She ignores all defense in the paint and gets it in.
Curry's finding a lane so easily this second half. I mean, it's night and day from the way she's playing the first half.
Look at the height difference between Curry and Wilson. Wilson's a head taller than Curry, but Curry can still get it in without any effort at all. Looks like.
One of the things that Curry is really great at is her ball handling. She's really using that to her advantage tonight. You know, getting past these tall defenders and Wilson and Kamer, both at 6 foot and 5'10" respectively. So, you know, she's really weaving in and out of these Hawks defenders and getting to the basket real well. As we've seen the past couple times she's scored, been right under the basket, they've been layups that she just makes them look easy.
That's right. There's a timeout called. Olathe East takes the timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Ravens are discussing. Adam, to keep the topic on basketball, how do you feel about the NBA Pelicans' DeMarcus Cousins being out for the entire season?
That's really going to hurt him. I mean, he's a big aspect of that team, and then also he's, you know, losing his spot in the All-Star game, which obviously isn't probably his biggest concern right now. But they're going to find a way to fight through it, I think. I mean, they got a deep roster there, a deep starting roster.
There's 3 minutes left in the third quarter. The Ravens are down 37-33. We haven't seen much from Gildner today, but her defense is outstanding right now. She's got at least 4 steals. She's being a great team player right now. She's passing the ball. And she pulls up for a 3. It looks like a foul,
lot of hand contact.
They aren't calling anything on Sarah Beth Gildner. For Sarah Beth Gildner. Oh, but they're not calling anything at all because that looked like a foul and was not called. Refs are not doing a great job tonight.
Curry once again
Curry gets
getting
it in.
down low.
Oh my goodness! Curry is unstoppable in the paint. She has yet to miss.
You can just see the fire in her eyes right now. You know, I think she just kind of noticed, like, hey, this is a big rivalry game. This is a big game for us, and we're down, and we can't stay down that much longer if we're going to keep in it. And
now this is where you see the Ravens. Oh my! Now this is where you see the Ravens start to pick up their pace. They're getting steals back to back. They're making their shots. Curry's getting in.
You just look at their faces, their body language. You see they have the confidence back now.
That's right. Sarah Beth Gildner is on number 23, Sydney Wilson. That's going to be the matchup for the night. Wilson is taking it in easily, and Gildner is providing the team leadership for the entire Lady Ravens roster right now. She's getting so many defensive plays. Kappelman up top, out to Reber.
Keep an eye on Liz Thomas down there in the corner. She's definitely a three-point threat. And she could tie the game up right here. Or put them in the lead.
She's definitely deadly from the arc, Adam. She's calling for some passes.
She gets the ball there.
Oh, there's a three-pointer. Oh, she can't get it to go. It's a little short.
Reber loses the rebound. You can't have that right now.
That's just too bad. It's just a typical mistake for Ravens. Liz Thomas is going to pick up the defender at half court, and so is Sarah Beth Gildner. Gildner switches off of Wilson, and Shayna Esby locks down Wilson. Into Wilson. Wilson pump fake.
Contact.
Gets it to go. And one, Sydney Wilson. She's going to go to the line for one. Giving the Hawks a 4-point lead, which could be a 5-point lead.
is her 4th personal, team 6.
There's a lot of arguments going on right now. Foul's on number 33, Sarah Beth Gildner. She goes out for Kristen Curry.
Some parents that are not pleased.
That guy might get thrown out at him.
Looks like both Coach Brandstrom and the parents are saying the foul was called on the wrong player.
Oh, and that's where the hot streak ends. Hits the top of the backboard, makes it go out of bounds.
That foul, I think, especially with the Ravens side being frustrated with the error on who it was called on, especially wrongly calling it on their star, Sarah Beth Geldner. I think that might have been a huge momentum shift.
You see, Adam, that's what I'm talking about with 3 and D. Liz Thomas is getting a lot of defensive effort. She's locking down all the defenders. I mean, she's locking down all the players she's on. Wilson grabs the ball up top. There's a foul called. 1 and 1. They're calling so many fouls on the Ravens right now, and none on the Hawks.
And Brandstrom is livid.
Brandstrom already got shut down by the ref once. If he does it again, he's probably going to get a technical, which will put the Ravens in the hole even more. The Ravens are down 35 to 39. They're down by 4. 57 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. This is Weinmiller at the line. She is automatic right now. She's making almost all. She's missed 1 free throw, but she makes that one. 1 and 1. She'll shoot another because she made that one. Ravens making noise. She misses that one. 1 for 2. There's a foul called on.
Going to be a reach. Still going to be Ravens ball.
Reach and foul by Sydney Wilson.
Team 3. Substitution for the Hawks, number 4, Savannah Perez.
Savannah Perez in for Sydney Wilson. Reber taking it up the court. Gleason picks up Reber at half court. There's a foul called on number 5, 25, McKenna Weinmiller.
Foul is called on number 25, McKenna Weinmiller, her 2nd, team 4.
That's her 2nd. The Hawks have 4 fouls and the Ravens have 7. That just tells us that obviously one-sided right now because they're calling everything on the Ravens. Oh, a floater called and the basket. Liz Thomas did not think that was going in, but she gets it go.
That's impressive right there. I mean, that's really what you need. Ravens now only down 37-40 with a chance to make it a 2-point game.
That is a nice circus shot, don't you think?
Ravens ball on the side.
Definitely.
Hawks coach is getting pretty aggressive with the refs right now. Espy gets it in. A nice floater. That was a great look for the floater right now. Liz Thomas is screaming. She is happy.
28 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Espy stepping up there.
Ravens are only
she's a bench
down
player for the Ravens, and that's the time when we really need anyone to step up, whether it be Espy or Sarah Beth Geldner. And oh, hard pick there.
Oh my God, she ran into a brick wall.
5 seconds. 3. Espy with the ball.
Oh, she can't get it go and gets blocked. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Ravens
Tax time is here.
We are going to take this to commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Tax time is here. This year, let Peggy's Tax and Accounting take away the stress and hassles of tax season. Whether you want a quick refund or need an IRS mediator, you can rely on Peggy and her 20-plus years of experience. Be sure to ask about Peggy's immediate tax refund. Agents are on hand 6 days a week and after hours by appointment. Walk in, call in, or visit their website for more information or to schedule your appointment today. Peggy's Tax and Accounting, 300 Southeast 29th Street in Topeka. Tax time is here.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV25, where there's always something on.
And welcome back, Ravens fans. We just saw the end of the third quarter. The Ravens are down 39-40. We're seeing a lot more from Sarah Beth Gildner and all the Ravens. The Ravens defense is coming in clutch, and they're getting many steals. Adam, what do you think about the Ravens defense right now?
I think the defense is definitely better than it was the first quarter, where East scored 11 and Northwest only scored 7. But I really want to point out Kristen Curry. Kristen Curry in that third quarter really put the team on her back, and I'd say without her, this isn't even a game right now. She scored, I think, somewhere around 8 or 10 points just by herself in the third quarter, and that's really, and it's still, Ravens still down only like 1 point. So without Curry and just her really taking control of that third quarter, I don't know if the Ravens are even still in this one.
Curry up top. Curry passes it to Reber. Reber out to Erica Bay. Curry out to Reber. Bay with the ball. Liz Thomas with the ball. Liz shoots a three and hits it off the back of the iron. Fast break, Hawks.
A lot of contact. Gotta call that one.
Foul called.
Foul called number 10, Mary Reber, first third.
Mary Reber has 3 fouls now.
Think it's time for her to start laying off a little bit, or you think she should stay aggressive?
I think she should stay aggressive in this one. She misses the first one. There's 7 minutes and 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gildner comes back in.
Liz Thomas scooting back near half court. Won't be needed. Going around to the inside, picks up her dribble. Out to Kaufman up top.
Curry with the ball. Out to Liz Thomas. Liz can't get the ball.
No.
Too far left for her.
That's just a killer. That's just a killer right there. Yeah,
That's
Liz Thomas, one of your best three-point shooters, open there on the wing. And just bad pass, and with Hawks ball, chance to put the score up 2 possessions now.
Can't get that pass to go. Wilson with the ball. Wilson takes a three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Kappelman with the defensive rebound out to Curry. Curry taking it up the court on a fast break. A steal by the Hawks. The Hawks taking it up on the fast break.
Fast-paced play going on here.
Oh, Curry. I mean, Gildner wants to steal, but can't get it to go. They can't get the three-pointer to go, and she tries again.
Nobody near.
You know, that's a play I like to call everything but. She had everything going for her, except she couldn't make it go. Curry gets the floater to go. She is insane in the paint this game.
And that's going to tell they gave up 41-41 with only 5:45 left. You think an OT? You think an OT tonight?
You know, there might be an overtime, but hopefully there's not, because this team, these two teams, they are battling so hard. that if there is an overtime, what I'm seeing right now is there's going to be more and more overtimes. This is going to go to double overtime if we have first overtime. Back and forth, back and forth. They're getting plays. They're getting points to go in. Not many three-pointers shot by any of the Ravens. Ooh, Reber gets the defender off or almost makes her fall. Erica Bay looks for a pass inside but can't get it to go.
I gotta say, bad pass there. Right into the lap of the Hawks defender.
Wilson going to the line for 2. Liz Thomas gets her second foul. The team has 9 fouls now. Score's still tied, but will probably change after this. She can't get that one to go. Leaves the score tied. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth. Ravens have 9 fouls, and the Hawks have 6. Ravens are in foul trouble right now. Wilson can't get either of them to go. Erica Bay with a defensive rebound. Gildner slows the game down. Oh. Completely bodies Wilson. Step back move. Reaver with the ball.
Timeout on the floor, charge to Olathe Northwest.
Timeout Olathe Northwest. This is a full timeout. Score is tied 41-41 in the fourth quarter. There's 5 minutes left. We're going to take this to a commercial break. TV 25, there is always something on. Welcome back, Ravens. There's 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The score is tied 41-41. Liz Thomas fakes the pass. Reber gets the ball. Oh, makes number 5 stumble. Kappelman with the 3 ball.
Kappelman
Scores a 3. You rarely see that out of her, but she just shot a 3-pointer right in the eye of Wilson.
Kaylee Kappelman stepping up, making that 3-pointer. If she misses that, that's going to be a question shot all game long.
This is a very gutsy move by Kappelman, but she still scores a 3. Nothing but net. The perfect shot. Wilson with the ball. Takes it in. Wilson gets a foul. Wilson gets a travel called on her. The Ravens are going crazy right now. The student section is going nuts. We are starting to see the fair plays being called. Reber taking it up the court. Score is 44-41. Ravens are now up. Another lead change.
We've seen that in a while. We've seen them be up by one or two. We haven't seen them be up by 3 since, I think, this first quarter.
That's right, Adam. They've had plenty of lead changes. Oh, Reber behind the back move. Gets Gleason to Erica Bay with the ball. Screened by
Looks like a possible screen there by Bay, but officials didn't see it.
Gilner with the ball.
Nice
Step back 3.
pass.
Makes the 3-pointer. We're seeing her get out of her slump right now. That is a 3-point shot.
Referee's calling it a 2.
Oh, they're going to call that a 2?
Looks like she was a little bit inside the corner there.
Oh, that's too bad. But still, that gives Gildner the momentum to make her be great this next half. We're going to take this to a commercial break. Remember, TV 25, there's always something on.
Hi, I'm Nick Baumgartner, owner of Midwest Barter Exchange.
So what is barter anyway?
Midwest Barter helps you trade what you have for what you really need.
You can use Midwest barter dollars to purchase hundreds of products for your business or personal use without the use of cash, including advertising on TV 25. Find out more at our website or call 785-383-4965.
Welcome back, Ravens. The score is 46-41. In the fourth quarter, there is a lot of aggressiveness going on between Olathe East and Olathe Northwest right now. This is the type of matchup we all like to see. This is a nail-biting ending to the game. Let's hope the Ravens can.
This is the type of matchup we expected to see tonight. You know, the #1 seed in the state, #2 seed in the state. High-scoring game, 46-41 for high school at least.
Wilson with the ball. Looking for a pass out to Weinmiller. Weinmiller, spin move, gets it in, and gets it to go. Nice floater, cutting the lead to only 3 points. Reber with the ball. She's taking it up the court. Reber, spin move, gets the defender off her. Bay with the ball. Pass it out to Gildner. Gildner with the three-pointer. Oh, she can't get that one to go, but she's going to try many more. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The lead is only 3 for the Ravens. Oh, a turnover. That's just an unwanted turnover for the Hawks.
McKenna Weinmiller, face in her hand. She just cannot believe she just made that pass.
I think she's just playing too hard right now. She's trying to get everything to go. She's down 3. She's panicking right now. Reber with the ball. She's taking it up the court. The Raven crowd doesn't look too much bigger than the East crowd tonight. That's what we like to see with the rivalry. All the students coming together, cheering for their team. They're all having fun. There's a timeout charge to Olathe Northwest. This is a full timeout.
So we will take a commercial break. Remember, you're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Buzzer, Justice, Antenna, Heartland, Newsmax, Weather Nation, Revin, Untamed Sports, Retro, Vibrant, This, Jewelry. 12 simultaneous networks broadcasting 24 hours a day to 2.2 million viewers in Kansas City, Lawrence, and Topeka. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
And we're back. There's 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Ravens are up by 3. The Ravens can't get the ball in, but finally find a way to Gildner. There's a triple team going on. Gildner gets the ball out, looks for the foul, but can't get it to go. Curry with the ball. They're double teaming every player. Oh, Curry can't get a pass to go to Reber, and she throws it out of bounds. Curry's confused. She thinks there's a tipped pass there. Gleason with the ball. Gleason pushes Reber off her. With a nice crossover move.
With 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, do you think East is trying to find one of the three-point shooters, try to tie the game up?
I think they are.
You know,
Adam,
2 and then spread it out.
That's right. Adam, they're double-teaming every player on the Ravens right now. They're definitely getting some turnovers to go. The Ravens are panicking now. They're 3 points ahead, but it doesn't matter. Wilson fakes a pass to Weinmiller. Weinmiller finally gets the ball, shoots it, and bricks the layup. Oh, they get the foul. They get the foul. Wilson goes to the line for 2.
Foul is called number 34, Kristen Curry. Her team 10. Hawks
Curry has 3 fouls now.
Sydney Wilson at the line shooting.
Sydney Wilson shooting 2.
I think it's worth noting, Ravens have the double bonus right now. So any foul called on the Ravens would give them a chance to put up the lead even more than they are now.
Yeah, it's not a good position for the Ravens right now. They're only up 2 now. Wilson made her first, shooting her second. She made her second. The Ravens are only up by 1. Gilner with the ball. She's taking it up the court. I think the Ravens are going to try to slow down the clock, giving them the last possession. Gilner throws it off the backboard, pushes Kappelman out of the way, and Kappelman falls to the ground. Curry with the ball. They're not double teaming anybody anymore, but they for sure will be. Out to Erica Bay. Bay out to Gildner. Gildner taking it in, out to Bay again. Ravens are swinging the ball around. There's a double team.
Gonna call a reach on East here.
Foul called on number 24, Hope Owens, her third, team.
You know, Adam, I think that is the right foul to call because I don't think that number 24 was there in time. I don't think she got there in time to get the jump ball.
Yeah, it looked like more of just trying to reach, get a lot of contact.
Erica Bay misses the ball. Fast break. Wilson taking it up the court. She slows it down. She's looking for a pass. Curry with the defensive effort. She's down low to get this ball. She looks for the steal. Wilson gets the... Wilson puts the Hawks up by 1.
With 52 seconds left in the game, this is what you want to see.
Gildner with the ball. They're triple teaming her. Curry
can't find a hole.
Looks a pass. She can't find the hole to pass into.
32 seconds.
Out to Gildner. Gildner out to Reber.
Reber
with the three-pointer.
That's gonna.
Reber gets it to go! 2-point lead for the Ravens.
There's no better way for that to happen than to bounce off the front of the rim, go in the air, and have the whole entire gym on their heels to see if it's going to fall in. Oh, my goodness.
This is what we like to see. Raven Nation against Olathe East. 2 points ahead. There's 14 seconds left. Timeout East. This is what we like to see.
See the student section, just a sea of black. All into this one.
Look how hyped the student section looks at them. They're all getting into this game. You don't see that too often.
Oh, yeah.
Raven Nation is huge tonight. There's a big crowd. The dance team's also there.
You got a big rivalry game. You got Olathe Northwest and Olathe East. Always been a rivalry, age-old rivalry there. Plus, I think they all know that this game can easily be the one that decides who takes first seed in the regional championship, and that's a big deal.
This is what we all like to see, Adam.
I think it's safe to say both of these teams will be in the state championship this year, and you know it's definitely a big rivalry. Both sides, the East fans, there's a whole lot of them here, and of course you got the Northwest fans, a whole lot of them here. They both want to see, you know, which team come out on top.
Adam, I'd like to see this matchup again, especially in the state championship, like you said. Ravens are up 2 points. There's 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hawks ball. Adam, do you think they're going to go for a 2 or go for the win?
I'm feeling a 2. I'm feeling they're going to play conservative here, touching it to OT. As we mentioned
Wilson
earlier,
with the ball.
OT.
She gets the layup to go and ties the game.
8 seconds left.
Reber running it up the court. 4,
3,
2.
Reber with the buzzer beater.
Oh, looks like a foul, but we're going to overtime.
Did we call it or did we call it?
I think we called it.
What else would you expect out of, you know, this matchup? We've been talking about it all night.
Well, Adam, I think they're going to go to double overtime after this because this game is going back and forth, like I said.
Two best teams in the state.
This is crazy. We're going to go to a commercial break. Remember, you're watching TV at 25 when there's always something on.
Watch me on Doctor Who on TV 25.9 Retro Television.
TV 25, always something on.
You're watching TV 25. Always something on. Oh dear.
TV 25, always something on. TV 25, always something on.
That's WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. You're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
And welcome to Overtime, Ravens. The Lady Ravens and the Olathe East Hawks have been battling out all night long. The score is tied 49-49. I'm looking to see more and more from the Ravens offense and defense. We're going to see a lot more in overtime. Hopefully they can win the game. Adam, what do you think about the fourth quarter and how aggressive the Ravens and the Hawks played?
I mean, I think just the fact that the Ravens, that the Hawks were the ones fighting back for the lead in the fourth quarter goes to say a lot about how the Ravens really stepped up their play and were playing a lot more aggressively in the fourth quarter. And that goes back to one of the keys for the Ravens this year.
Oh, Kristen Curry. Ow, my gosh. She just landed on her head. They're going to call a blocking foul, though.
Anyway, as I was saying, Northwest averages 16 points per fourth quarter. So the fourth quarter is easily their best quarter, and I think they really proved that tonight. And one of the keys to the game, we had some technical difficulties, couldn't start our pregame show in time. But if we did have it, I was definitely going to mention that one of the keys for Lake Northwest is going to keep up that fourth quarter intensity, and they did exactly that tonight, and that's what has them in overtime and this matchup between the two best teams in the state.
That's right, Adam. This is definitely crunch time right now. Reber with the ball. The Ravens are definitely a second-half team, but we haven't seen them in overtime. She gets the pass to go to Gildner.
Gildner intended for Bay. Gildner came out of nowhere, saved it from going out of bounds.
It's a great save by Gildner. Gildner isolates herself. She swings the ball over. Nice fluid crossovers. Curry with the ball. Gildner with the ball. They're taking time off the clock. Gildner gets it in. Nice layup going. The Ravens take the lead. There's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the overtime.
This Ravens crowd is fired up.
Wilson with the ball. She just takes it in. She gets the foul. That's Gildner's fifth.
Count the basket for Cindy Wilson. Foul called on
that shot's going to count.
That is her fifth personal foul.
Gildner has just fouled out. That is a terrible thing for the Ravens. Gildner brings so much leadership to the team. We haven't seen as much as we usually see from her, but that's terrible for the Ravens. Liz Thomas checks in, though. Let's see if she can shoot some threes and make the Ravens win. The Hawks are now up by 2 after the made shot by Wilson. Wilson just gets it in.
You know, we always talk about how Liz Thomas is not that far of a drop-off for a bench player from Sarah Beth Gildner, and she's really going to have a chance to prove that tonight.
Oh, my goodness! This is going back and forth! Reber muscles her way in. She uses her size to get in as she goes underneath Wilson and scores the and one. What were you saying about Liz Thomas, Adam?
I was just saying, that we always talk about how you don't lose that much going to Liz Thomas on the bench, taking out Sarah Beth, and she's really going to have her shot to prove that tonight. Now that Sarah Beth has fouled out, and she's taking her spot for the rest of this game.
That's right, Adam. Wilson gets the ball after Reber makes her free throw. Wilson gets it in and gets a nice layup to go. This is an insane game, back and forth. The Hawks are up by 1. The Ravens are now taking it up the court.
Wilson here in the first quarter of OT. She's really proven to be the Kristen Curry from the third quarter, where she was finding the basket down low every chance she got, and that's the way Wilson's doing it tonight.
Adam, did you see that nice screen by Katie Kappelman?
Definitely. A reach over there on Hope Owens, looks like.
Foul call on number 24, Hope Owens.
You see the fire in, this in the Lady Ravens' faces here. You know, you had Mary Reber smiling a little bit after that foul was called, and then you got the rest of the team and Reber after she was done smiling just goes back to game faces. Man, this game is not over.
Erica Bay's at the line. She's shooting 1 and 1. She's automatic from the line. You rarely see her miss. I think she's going to score 2 points here, putting the Ravens in the lead. Yep.
There's one.
1 and 1. Tie game. 1 minute and 40 seconds left in overtime. Ravens are looking to battle for the win. They are not going out without a fight. Erica Bay, 2 for 2. Timeout on the floor. Charge to Olathe Northwest. This is going to be a full timeout.
So with that, we're going to go to commercial break. Remember, you're watching TV25, where there's always something on. Oh, never mind. I guess we're not going to commercial break. So we'll take this chance to really just talk about so far the intensity per quarter. I mean, I think first quarter, the Ravens were slow. Then they scored 7 points. East scored 14. Then you come back to second quarter. It's a close game again. Third quarter, Ravens take the lead for the first time. They were always tight the whole game. They take the lead for the first time, only about 1 or 2 points. Fourth quarter, they really stepped it up. I mean, also go back to third quarter. Kristen Curry, it was just her game throughout the whole third quarter tonight.
That's right.
And, you know, she really kept the Ravens in it. And then you go into the fourth quarter, and the Ravens go up by 3 or more for the first time all night. And they just take that intensity into the rest of the fourth quarter. And the Hawks, unfortunately for the Ravens, did as well and tied the game, goes into the overtime, and now we're tied 50, or not tied. Northwest is up 56-55 here with 1:38 left. We'll see what happens.
That's right, Adam. And we're seeing the star player of the Hawks, Sydney Wilson, taking the ball up. She's taking the entire team on the back of her
open on the top of the key
shoulders. She's passing it back and forth. She's definitely putting some leadership into the Hawks lineup. She looks for a pass out to number 4. 4 gets it to Sydney Wilson. She almost loses the ball. Gleason taking it up the court. She's isolating herself. Looks to a pass to Lion Miller. Lion Miller sets up a play. There's 1 minute left of overtime. The Ravens are up by 1. 56-55. This is an insanely nail-biting game. This is what we all like to see. Wilson with the ball. She's taking it up the court. She looks for a foul. She gets the foul call.
Northwest. No.
She goes to the line for 2. This is a bad call.
She just ran straight into the Northwest player.
This is a bad call, Adam.
Northwest, I didn't see who it was, but whoever the player was planted right there in the lane, and she just ran straight into her. Somehow got the foul called.
Adam, did you see that? There was a wall of 3 Raven girls players, and they just stayed there. They did not move their feet or anything, and they still got the blocking foul to go. Erica Bay is going to go out for Shayna Espy. Wilson is shooting 2. They're down 1, which will probably change after this. This is definitely crunch time right now.
Jim roaring for this free throw.
She gets that one to go and ties the game up. There's 45 seconds left in the overtime of the Lady Ravens and Olathe East Hawks basketball game. She makes that one, putting the Hawks up by 1. There's 45 seconds left in the overtime.
45 seconds, you can't rush, but you can't take it slow. Reber trying her best to find a hole. 27 seconds left. Out to Kaufman for
Kappelman
the three.
with the three.
Yes,
Three-pointer,
it
Katie
is.
Kappelman. She is going crazy right now. The Ravens are up by 2.
15 seconds left. Kaufman again. It's like deja vu from the fourth quarter. Brought us into
Wilson
overtime.
gets the ball. Oh my goodness! Wilson gets a nice floater. What did
5
I say?
seconds.
We are probably going to
3,
double overtime
2,
after this. Score is
1.
tied.
Reber with the deep
Reber
three.
with the deep three. Oh my good! That's so close. We're going to double overtime, Ravens. Remember, you are watching TV 25. There is always something on. We're going to a commercial break. Oh, I have been given false information, Ravens. There is no commercial break, so we are going to talk about the game so far. Adam, what do you feel like is going on right now? There's going into double overtime. We've called it. We both called it. It's going to happen. 59-59, double overtime. This is an insane nail-biting game.
This is as crazy you can get. I mean, you got Kaylee Kaufman, generally, you know, forward to center. Someone doesn't really shoot that much.
She never
from the perimeter.
shoots threes.
And you got in the fourth quarter, Ravens are down by, I believe it was 3, wasn't it?
They were down by 3. Yeah, that's right, Adam.
There's like about 20 seconds left on the clock. She shoots this three-pointer, ties the game up, sends us to overtime. Fast forward to 20 seconds left with the first overtime, and she hits another 3. And now we're going into double overtime.
Double overtime.
59. Thank you, Kaylee Kaufman, is what the Ravens are saying.
Adam, I am speechless right now. I have never seen Katie Kappelman shoot a 3 in the game, and she has splashed 2 tonight. Waiting for the tip-off. Tip-off. Oh, the Ravens. Oh, Wilson muscles her way through and gets the ball. Oh! She gets a carry called on her. That is not what the Hawks want right now. Starting it off with a turnover is not what they want in crunch time. Double overtime, 59-59. Reber with the ball. She takes it up the court, pushes the defender off her. Nice crossover move, looking for a pass. Kappelman pick and roll. Doesn't get the pass to her. Liz Thomas with the ball. Let's just keep in mind that Sarah Beth Gildner has fouled out of the game, and the Ravens are still in this. They're fighting for it.
That is definitely worth noting.
Oh, my goodness. This game is crazy.
I mean, Sarah Beth Gildner, the star of this Ravens team, fouls out, and you got all these other players that are stepping up. Erica Bay getting rebounds as usual. You got Kaylee Kappelman, of all players, hitting threes for you when you need it.
You never see that. This is just a game of just mystery right now.
And Reber,
Katie Kappelman is just going off.
Mary Reber taking a lot more shots than she usually does. She's more of, a pass first point guard.
That's right.
And she's usually taking this team into her own hands after Sarah Beth Gildner went down. And she even almost hit that buzzer beater 3 from about 10 feet behind the three-point line going into double overtime.
Pass to Wilson. Wilson taking it up the court. She slows it down. Crossover move into the paint. She gets it to go. She knocks over 2 Ravens girls, and there's no foul called.
I think that might be the Ravens being a little bit conservative down there, because you got Curry, who's got a few fouls on her so far. And if she gets fouled there, she's one more closer to fouling out, and you can't have 2 of your star players down against this Olathe East roster.
That's right. Kappelman fakes the 3. She looked like she was going to shoot it, but she didn't. Kappelman, crossover move. Oh, gets in, pass out. Oh, you see the turnover. Oh, that is not good. The Ravens are down 2, and she just threw it right out of bounds. She got a little in over her head right there, Adam.
There's still 2.5 minutes left in this double overtime, but I'd probably have to say this defensive possession right here is what's going to make or break this game for the Ravens. They go up by 2 possessions. They'll only have about 2 minutes to come back from that, along with having to stop the Hawks the whole way through there. I mean, this defensive possession is kind of what breaks the game. And
Wilson with the flurry. Oh my goodness! This gives the Hawks a 4-point lead. in double overtime. The Ravens need to get back in this, but are looking for a way to get back in. Oh, Curry with the, oh, she brings the lead down to 2.
And Curry's going to lurk in the backcourt there.
Curry's guarding Wilson for her life. She is staying on her no matter what, even at the back when the ball's not even on her. Gleason with the ball. She fakes a 3. Timeout Hawks. This is going to be a full timeout. Adam, I would just like to note that, all right, never mind, Ravens. We are going to go to a commercial break. Remember, TV 25, there's always something on.
Tax time is here. This year, let Peggy's Tax and Accounting take away the stress and hassles of tax season. Whether you want a quick refund or need an IRS mediator, you can rely on Peggy and her 20-plus years of experience. Be sure to ask about Peggy's immediate tax refund. Agents are on hand 6 days a week and after hours by appointment. Walk in, call in, or visit their website for more information or to schedule your appointment today. Peggy's Tax and Accounting, 300 Southeast 29th Street in Topeka.
And welcome back, Ravens fans. You are seeing the game of the year. Olathe East Hawks and Olathe Northwest Lady Ravens are battling back and forth, back and forth. The score is 61-63. The Ravens are down. This is a game that we all want to see. It's a nail-biting game that we are just completely speechless over. Katie Kappelman scoring 2 3-pointers in a clutch to put the Ravens, to tie the Ravens with the Hawks. You see Sydney Wilson getting the ball inside almost effortlessly. Wilson getting the ball up top. Her leadership is amazing for the Hawks. She passes it over to Gleason. Gleason
on for the ball again up top.
Back out to Wilson. Wilson's leadership and her just playmaking ability is definitely putting the Hawks in the lead right now. The Hawks are up by 2, and they're running the clock down. They're just passing it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See, like I'm saying, Wilson up top, out to Miller.
You think they're just taking advantage of high school basketball not having a shot clock here?
Oh, she gets the 2-point layup to go. The Ravens are in crunch time right now. They bring it up the court. Katie Kappelman passes it out to Curry. Curry almost loses the ball, but she barely gets it.
1 minute remaining.
And she can't get it to go.
Foul called on number 21, Katie Kappelman, her 3rd.
Kaylee Kappelman with the foul. You can't have that.
They're down 4. There's a timeout, Ravens. This is going to be a full timeout. What we're seeing right now is the Ravens breaking down. We're going to take this to a commercial break. The score is 61-65. Ravens down. Remember, you're watching TV 25. There is always something on.
Hi, I'm Nick Baumgartner, owner of Midwest Barter Exchange.
So what is barter anyway?
Midwest Barter helps you trade what you have for what you really need.
You can use Midwest Barter dollars to purchase hundreds of products for your business or personal use without the use of cash, including advertising on TV 25. Find out more at our website or call 785-383-4965.
Welcome back, Raven fans. What we're seeing right now is a defensive breakdown in the Ravens roster right now. They're down 4, but they can still bring it back. There's 57 seconds left in the double overtime of the Lady Ravens Olathe East Hawks basketball game.
You look at the faces and body language of the Ravens after, going into that timeout, and gotta say I don't really have a lot of confidence in them right now based off of, they just kind of look defeated out there. I mean, they're kind of giving up, it looks like. And
She gets the second one to fall. The Ravens are down by 6. Curry bringing it up the court. There's 50 seconds left in double overtime. Curry, nice Euro step.
And it's going to be a foul called.
She gets it to go with an and one. The Ravens might actually be able to bring this back, Adam.
I'm all out of words. I don't even know how to talk about this one anymore.
I'm speechless with this game. This game is, you never see this with the Ravens. They usually blow out teams, or they're just, you know, not as intense as this game.
Ashley Cass coming in now for Shayna Espy.
That's unusual. Her sister usually comes in before her.
Well, Taylor recently fractured her wrist. She's on the sideline with a wrist brace on. Really missing her tonight.
Okay, it's fine. Curry shoots a free throw. She can't get that to go. Ashley Cass fights for the rebound. Can't get it.
43 seconds left. Gonna be
Liz
a foul.
Thomas fouls. That's going to be 2 for 2. That's going to be shooting for 2 at the other end of the court. Liz Thomas has 3 fouls. Ravens have over 10 fouls. And so do the Hawks.
Julian Weishar looks like she's bleeding there.
Ow. There's an injury that we did not see. That's unfortunate right now. Oh,
looks like Liz Thomas got her pretty good. She's going down.
Oh. There's a parent in the background saying, "Where's the trainer?" I'm wondering the same thing. Where's the meds?
Can't tell if she's bleeding from the nose or the mouth.
Or the eye. Or the forehead. Or the cheek.
Looking at Sarah Beth Geldner earlier tonight, I thought I noticed a long scratch on the side of her face. No blood, but it just kind of goes to show it's really physical game out there tonight.
See, girls are a lot more emotional than boys, but she did look like she got hit pretty hard right there. She definitely crying, and they had to wipe up blood. Trainer takes her away. Ravens showing good sportsmanship, clapping as she leaves. That's too bad.
And Julian Weishar looks like she's going to be out.
The Raven coach just, the JV coach just pops up, looking at the ground. He's worried about blood. He doesn't want any other girls getting hurt by slipping on some liquid on the ground, you know. That's a good call.
That and health issues.
Yep. Don't want to get sued. I don't know what to say about this game anymore. This game is just...
I mean, you think of something crazy that can happen in a high school basketball game, and it's happened tonight.
This game has just left me speechless, Adam.
You got star player fouling out. You got energy on the court. You got, you know, a high-scoring game, and not to mention, of course, double overtime with the 2 best teams in the entire state.
I definitely called this double overtime.
You did.
I thought the Ravens were going to win, though. They still could. They're only down by 4. It's going to be 2 shots.
Hope Weishar's doing all right. So you still got Ashley Cass in for the Ravens. Tallest player on the roster at 6'1". You think she's on there just to, you know, get some rebounds because they really need it right now and they're down 2 possessions?
You know, I honestly think they need more bigs in, not just 1 or 2. They need 3 bigs in here because Wilson is just getting it in the paint at will. And she is... I just don't understand how the Ravens are letting this go.
Well, it seems like you're saying you need more bigs in. The 3 tallest players on the team are Ashley, who we were just talking about, she's in. Her sister Taylor, who I was just talking about, she has a fractured wrist. She just fractured it last week. And so she's out. And then you got Kaylee Kaufman sitting at 5'10", and she's already in. So you got, you know, the 2 tallest players that can play out there right now, in Ashley Cass and Kaylee Kaufman. They're definitely trying to, you know, get some height up there, get some rebounds, get some points.
That's right.
And then
Sarah Beth Gildner fouling out is definitely taking a toll on the Ravens now. They definitely need her in right now, but they can't have her because she's got 5 fouls in the game. They called too much on the Ravens.
Early on, Gildner was struggling to get a foul called on her.
The cleaning staff is... My bad, not cleaning staff. The training staff is in wiping off the court of blood that we saw from number 10, Jillian Weishar.
So thinking of this game going to double overtime, especially with this injury timeout that's taken a while, the boys game was scheduled to start at 7 o'clock p.m. It is now 7:26, and we're not even done with this game yet. So how much of an impact do you think it's going to take on the both the boys teams, both Olathe East and Olathe Northwest? Boys basketball team.
I think that the boys basketball teams are going to come in and they're going to be riled up after seeing this game. They're going to come in hot. They're all going to start going crazy. I think the boys game is going to be even more aggressive than this game. And this game's pretty darn aggressive, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had, like I was just mentioning, Sarah Beth Gildner has a scratch down the side of her face, and we just had about a 5-10 minute injury timeout.
She makes that, bringing the East Hawks up by 5.
So the Ravens are going to need a 3-pointer to even be in the conversation.
And now that
they will need
6-point game.
2 3-pointers to be in the conversation for this game. I think it's time for Kaylee Kaufman to step back up again.
I think so. Oh, Liz Thomas. She's going to need a 3. Curry with the 3. Oh, she can't get the 3 to go. They're going to have to foul. They're going to foul. And number 30 is going to go to the line for 2.
Unfortunately, I think this may be the game.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one, Adam.
I mean, the way that the Hawks have really stepped up their free throw percentage in the second half of this game, they're not going to miss as many free throws as the Ravens need them to. If they make one more free throw, it's a 3-possession game, and there's 25 seconds left, so it's not going to happen. And there it is.
There it is.
Timeout on the floor, charged to Olathe Northwest.
There's a timeout charged to Olathe Northwest. This is going to be a full timeout. We're going to take this to a commercial break, Raven fans. Remember, you're watching TV 25, where there's always something on.
Buzzer, Justice, Antenna, Heartland, Newsmax, Weather Nation, Revin, Untamed Sports, Retro, Vibrant, This, Jewelry. 12 simultaneous networks broadcasting 24 hours a day to 2.2 million viewers in Kansas City, Lawrence, and Topeka. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Fans, welcome back, Raven fans. There's 24 seconds left in double overtime. Pardon me. We're seeing a lot from Olathe East and a lot from Olathe Northwest. The Ravens just can't keep the game going right now. They're looking really tired. Everything's going bad for them. They're getting many turnovers. They're fouling. It's just too bad for them. Number 30, Molly Kamer is going to shoot 2 for the Hawks. She can't get that to go. Reber taking it up the court. Liz Thomas with a 3-pointer.
Behind the arc.
She can't get it to go. They're going to foul her. Number 4, Savannah Perez is going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, there's the East fans and cheerleaders doing the I believe that we will win chant.
Looks like it's Jersey night for Olathe East. There's a huge crowd. It looks to be almost as big as Olathe Northwest crowd.
Northwest fans packed all the way to the top of the bleachers. East fans about 3/4 of the way up, which is very impressive for it being an away game.
She makes the first. Rolls the ball up the court to Reber. Reber passes it out. Olathe Northwest running some JV members. Shayna Espy with an air ball. Oh, Reber can't get it to go. And that's going to be the game, Ravens. That's a tough loss for the Ravens, losing 71-63. We saw a tough battle, and the Ravens are going down hard.
So that's going to bring the Ravens to be 11-3, and the Hawks be 12-0.
Kristen Curry had 20 points in this game, and Wilson had 22.
All right, I'm here with the next football coach of Olathe Northwest, Coach Aaron Hafner. He'll be coming to us from Luther College, and where was it, Iowa?
Yeah, Decorah, Iowa.
All right. Tell me a little bit about what you see coming up next year and what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where I'm ready to get back into high school football, and you know, when I knew the Olathe Northwest job came open, it was something that I targeted and had an opportunity to get the head coaching job. So super excited about it. You know, this spring is going to be about getting to know the kids and get to work in the weight room and start preparing for next year. And you know, obviously the summer is going to be a big deal with just going to camps and different things like that.
You had a few different stints at a bunch of different high schools, but then you coached at a few different colleges. What have you learned while you were coaching at the colleges that you can bring back down to the high schools?
Well, you know, I think the big thing is coaching kids is coaching kids no matter what level, you know, and I think coaching college football is going to allow me to help these kids achieve their dreams. And you know, being around the college game, I think the big thing is I know what it's going to take for these kids to go play college football, and I know what recruiters are going to look for because that's what I've been doing for 12 years. You know, so you know, to prepare them for the next step of their life, you know, that's going to be my job moving forward. And I look forward to helping kids out for sure.
Coming into next year, from what I've seen and heard, we know you love to run the ball. Why have you always had that love? Because I know you broke what was an NAIA record for rushing yards in a season. Why have you always wanted to run the ball so much?
You know, I grew up around Pittsburgh State football, and back when Coach Franchione and Coach Gill were down there, they, you know, running option football. It's what I know, and have, you know, had a lot of success doing it, and carried that over from when I was a high school coach into college, and I love it. I love running the football and running our offense because it's about team statistics, not about individual statistics. And you know, that team game is what I love. I think there's a big part of that makes me want to be a football coach. Yeah. And it's just a culture I want to set. And you know, I guess the environment that I want to create, that team environment, not the individual success.
All right. In like a few short words, how can you describe your running game? Are we going to see a lot of I formations, options? What are we going to see?
You know, I think the biggest thing is, you know, we want to be multiple in a lot of different formations and get the ball into our athletes' hands. You know, you look at the military, the best football game on TV every year is the Army-Navy game.
I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome, right? And we'll run a similar offense to both those guys. And well, you know, you have to have a quarterback that makes good decisions, and have to have a good fullback that can run the ball downhill.
And hopefully you'll have one. Probably the leading candidate coming into next year to play quarterback is going to be Cole Manning. Yep. He got a few snaps this year, also playing linebacker and tight end. Do you see him fitting into the quarterback role, or do you see him somewhere else?
You know, I mean, he's going to get an opportunity, and he and I have talked about that a little bit, you know, and I think he can be a heck of an option quarterback, and he's just got to pick up on some things, and just like everybody else on the team. So, you know, everybody's going to get an opportunity to shine, and, you know, definitely Cole, you know, we're going to depend on his leadership. I can tell you that, and whether it's at quarterback or a different spot, we'll figure that out through the summer for sure.
All right. Thanks for talking to us, Coach Hafner.
Thanks for the opportunity.
You'll be introduced after the first quarter of the boys' game. I think you'll be in the stands. We'll stand up. We'll definitely have a camera on you then. Okay. Can't wait to see how you do next year. And even though I won't be here, I can promise you I'll be following along.
Awesome. Thanks for your time.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Springfield Northwest High School, home of the Raven Nation. Today we'd like to welcome our guests from Olathe East. The Hawks will be the visitors on the scoreboard. The Sunflower League, of which both Olathe East and Northwest are proud members, believes high school athletics to be a vital part of the total educational program and conducts competitive activity for the many benefits derived within. The high ideals we hold in this regard can only be realized when there is respect for the effort and integrity of all game officials, coaches, and players. We urgently request that all spectators join with us in making this contest a tribute to American sportsmanship and fair play. At this time, if you would please stand and join us as we honor our country with the playing of the national anthem by the Olathe Northwest Band under the direction of Mr. Josh Maddox. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the Hawks, a 5'9" junior, number 2, Jake Reynolds. For the Ravens, 5'11" senior, number 11, Jackson Nicodemus.
Welcome to Olathe Northwest High School. I'm Roan Stanley alongside Jack Clayton. Today we've got Olathe Northwest versus Olathe East, one of the better rivalries in town. Jack Clayton, tell us a little bit about what we're going to see today.
Well, Olathe East has been historically fairly good at basketball over the years, and Northwest has a solid team this year. Olathe Northwest might not be the most physically talented or gifted, but they play well within themselves, and they get the job done a lot of the time.
And a lot of that has to do with two guys, them being Luke Waters and Jackson Nicodemus. They've had a big impact on the success of this team this year, and for Olathe Northwest to win tonight, they're going to have to do well.
Right, if they don't show up, all of a sudden Olathe Northwest looks kind of flat. With Luke Waters and Jackson Nicodemus scoring near 60% of the Ravens' points, they kind of depend on them.
They really do, and Olathe East has done really more of a job depending on 5 guys. They've got 5 returning starters from last year, and they're still young, only two seniors in the starting lineup.
Which just speaks to how good they'll be next year. Moving forward, they'll have plenty of room for improvement, and they'll have lots of bright games ahead.
Yeah, speaking of youth, one of their leading scorers in KT Ramney at 13, their leading scorer at 13.8 points a game is a sophomore.
Yes, and that is a big thing for them, because that means that for the next 2 years they'll have their leading scorer coming back. Unlike Olathe Northwest that plays 8 seniors, next year it's looking a little bleak.
Olathe East doesn't really match up with the amount of size that Northwest has, but I'm guessing we're going to see them run a decent amount tonight.
Right, where they probably lack in height, they make up in quickness, making Northwest have to extend the floor, especially with their tendency to run a 3-man big, or 3 big men at one time.
Tip goes to Olathe East. That's Charlie Bell securing the tip, and we're off.
Ravens coming out in a man-to-man defense like they typically do. They also tend to change it up quite a bit, so look for a switch to a 2-3 zone in just a few possessions.
It's Jake Reynolds on the left side, nowhere to go. Over on the side is Caleb Mackey, one of the leading scorers at 13 points a game for Olathe East.
One of the players I'd look for on defense for the Ravens is Mitch Midyett, number 12. He's pretty silent, but all of a sudden he gets up in your face and he makes people angry.
With the ball now, Luke Stewie, the leading scorer, returning from last year. He's one of the 2 seniors in the starting lineup. No good on his first try, but Last year he led the team in scoring. This year he's dropped about 5 points to 7.5 points a game as Mitch Midyet short on his first shot of the game. But he's going to turn right back around and almost get a steal, but he'll pick up an early foul. That's his first of the game.
And just like we mentioned on the last possession, Mitch Midyet already getting after it on the defensive end. Kind of bumping chests right there with KT Ramey earlier in the game.
Mitch Midyet doesn't have a big impact on the offensive end for Northwest, but not afraid to take a shot if it's open, and he's sure going to play some stingy defense.
Right, and on the defensive side tonight, it's very important that the Ravens secure rebounds. They need to box hard and make sure that even though they have the height, they don't necessarily have the advantage on the boards. They need to maintain that all night long and get a lot done.
Mackey on the right side. He's guarded by Aaron Reynolds, who's just recently been starting over Jack Parks. Shot from Jake Reynolds is no good, defended by Luke Sheaver, and he's going to hear it from the crowd after that one.
And the crowd needs to play a big part in this game. Both student sections have a large showing out here tonight, but this is one of the most packed I've ever seen in the Northwest Gymnasium.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially for the girls' game, which just finished, went to double overtime and a heartbreaking loss for Olathe Northwest.
And wasn't it a thriller to the last few seconds? Both teams going back and forth. It was really incredible.
It's Jackson Nicodemus up at the top of the key looking for somewhere to go. He's going to pull up from three on the right side. Going to be short, and it'll be tipped away. There's Jake Reynolds running away with it.
Although that shot didn't go down, Nicodemus needs to keep looking for that open three. That's what he usually lives off of.
That's Ramney on the left side. His three is good for Olathe East, and we've got points on the board.
It's been a slow start to the first quarter, but look for both teams to pick it up here a little bit after the board lit up for the first time.
Kyle Sheaver bringing the ball up for Northwest. We've seen that in the last couple of weeks a lot more. I assume Coach Grove of Olathe Northwest is trying to keep the ball out of Nicodemus' hands, bringing the ball up. And as we're going to get a jump ball on the inside, that's Aaron Reynolds and Jake Reynolds getting a little tied up.
In fact, I like the Kyle Sheaver bringing the ball up. It allows Jackson to move without the ball and get himself open for a shot, or when he gets the ball, make a move towards the hoop.
That's what Jackson Nicodemus does best. He shoots the three ball very well.
Another thing to look for on the Ravens' offensive side is the lob down to Waters or a big man down low.
Luke Waters on the pull-up from about 6 feet. It's good, right over the top of Caleb Mackey.
The Ravens are still in a man-to-man offense, or defense, excuse me.
KT Ramey's shot is no good, and here comes Olathe Northwest. Northwest is not a team that runs the ball, but they're not really slow either. They're just kind of in the middle.
In my opinion, one of their biggest problems on the offensive side is how long they tend to hold the basketball on certain possessions.
Jackson Nicodemus' shot is good.
Nicodemus.
Like in particular, last game against Shawnee Mission South, what ended up being the death of them was the way they held onto the ball in the last few minutes instead of being aggressive towards the basket.
Which they've caught. They almost blew the game against Shawnee Mission West when they tried to hold the ball and ended up blowing a lead as Ramey pulls up and his shot is good. He's got all 5 of Olathe East's points to start.
And, I mean, on the Northwest side, when you slow down your momentum, it takes you all out of the mindset of scoring. All of a sudden, you go from 0 to 100 to 0, and you can't find the basket anymore.
It's Nicodemus. He's guarded by Luke Stewie, who will be going to Nebraska Wesleyan next year to play basketball.
We had some commits of our own this week. Luke Waters committed on Thursday afternoon, I believe.
Northwestern Missouri, I believe.
Yes.
Reynolds at the top of the key. His shot is good.
I love that shot from Aaron Reynolds. Everybody in the lineup can shoot the 3 ball for the Ravens, and it's impressive to watch sometimes.
Kick out, thought about it. That's Mackey in the corner. His shot is no good, and Reynolds once again on the rebound.
I love the way Aaron Reynolds works. He's always looking for an open shot. When he gets it, he's not afraid to take it, but he works hard on the defensive end and posts up hard down low.
Nicodemus on the drive with the left hand. He gets the roll. Northwest is off to a good pace to start. Mackey's fast break layup off the bucket's good.
That could be a killer for Olathe Northwest. The lob pass out in front for a quicker Olathe East team, that could become deadly throughout the game.
The bench is probably going to play a big role because Northwest does not get a lot of production off the bench. They only bring 3 guys off of it every game. Here comes Olathe East again. Ramey driving, and his shot is good. Coach Grove wants the timeout as we're tied at 9 with 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining.
Good place to call timeout from Coach Grove. They need to stop the momentum of Olathe East streaking down the floor on fast break.
Yeah, I like that timeout from Coach Grove. He needs to keep everyone settled down, and more importantly, keep everybody rested. Like I said, he doesn't bring a ton of guys off the bench, so he relies on his starters for really all of his offensive production.
And especially because the Ravens haven't played such a fast-paced game in so long. They haven't really met a team, with the exception of maybe Topeka West, that really like to get out and get in front and run the basketball up and down the floor.
It's also a game that means a lot. Olathe Northwest got their first win in school history against Olathe East just last year. That's 14 years of the school being here, and they just now beat one of their biggest rivals in about as many chances.
Right, and it's always a big deal to beat your crosstown neighbor. So a win here tonight would be big, both in the standings and just for morale.
I'd say Northwest comes in as the slight favorite, but still in a rivalry game like this with a packed house, nothing's a given, as an ill-advised pass from Kyle Sheaver is not able to be handled by Luke Waters. First turnover of the night for Olathe Northwest.
And that is a dangerous pass down low, but that's something the Ravens like to run a lot, a lob pass down to Waters in the post.
Shot from Reynolds is short, and there's Waters on the rebound. Nicodemus on the drive, not going to get the roll, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
The Ravens need to be aggressive going to the hole. When they have the height advantage, they need to not settle for the shots that they can get outside, but really look to pound it into the paint and use their size advantage to get up over the top of the defenders.
Really the only 2 guys from Northwest that get significant time off the bench who just entered the game. We got Jack Parks and
Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson, thank you. Really are the 2 guys that get significant minutes off the bench. You might see a little bit of Luke Wellman if Reynolds or Parks gets in foul trouble, but this is about it.
One thing I really like to see out of Parks is just the way that he can defend the low post. He works really hard, he gets rebounds, he just is a big body down low.
We're going to get a block and an and one. Caleb Mackey's going to the free throw line for a 3rd point.
That wasn't necessarily a bad possession out of the Ravens. One thing that was a little bit concerning was Jack Parks came out to help on a screen, set the hedge for the defender or for the ball handler to have to go around, but unfortunately that left him out of position as well as Nicodemus.
They picked up Jackson Nicodemus on his first foul of the night, 2nd team foul. If we could get a shot of Jackson Nicodemus right now. KT Ramey is not giving him the time of day right now. Face guarding him, wouldn't even let him get the ball for a second.
They're going to go back and forth all night, it looks like. He's all up in his business.
Jackson Nicodemus went to talk to the referee, and KT Ramey still wouldn't leave him alone.
We'll see if the rivalry breaks out into anything more tonight.
I love that style of defense. Just don't let him anywhere. Don't let him see anything else but your face.
And that's what the Ravens will start to do later in this game when things get a little bit more contentious.
Well, Jackson's a calm and collected player. We'll see if that affects him. Mike Anderson on the pull-up. It's going to be no good.
And once
Here comes
again,
Luke Stewie headed the other way. That's Reynolds on the right side. He's going to get up. Flies between defenders and a quick pass to Caleb Mackey. And Olathe East has got a lead.
That was a fantastic play from Reynolds. To be airborne like that, change direction, and get the pass off is really impressive.
It's good thinking not to put that up.
Right. I mean, there's no reason to put that into a 6'6" frame when you could dump it off.
Nicodemus driving baseline, kicking out to mid, yet decides not to shoot.
What the Ravens need most, I think, on the offensive side is a quick possessions with aggressiveness from their guards that don't usually handle the ball, like Anderson and Sheaver.
Jack Parks on the 3 at the top of the key.
And everybody on the roster can shoot. It's just a matter of the aggressiveness needed to really let it fly.
That was a good-looking shot from Parks, and probably the most confidence I've seen him shoot a ball with in a while.
Right, and like I believe in his sophomore and junior year, he was a lot more confident shooting the three-pointer and did it a lot more often.
Mid-Yet on the steal. He's got a breakaway layup and no one around him, but he loses the ball. Lost the ball at his feet, and Olathe East is headed the other way.
I know you
3 on the left side, nothing there.
I know you get caught up in the moment, but that kind of thing just can't happen because that's points taken off the board there.
He looked like a deer in the headlights there. There was no one in front of him, not even anyone behind him.
But sometimes you just panic. Things happen. I mean, all of a sudden you have the ball. Next second you don't.
Robert Kohlberg and Dakota Lagore will enter the game for the first time tonight. It's a decent amount of height that Olathe East can bring off the bench.
They have a bunch of players that are about the same height.
A lot of 6'4" throughout the roster, and that's not a lot of what they've seen. We'll see if that can match up with the couple of 6'6" guys Northwest has got. Last second shot of the quarter from Cheever is going to be short, and we're going to go into the second quarter. Olathe Northwest leading 14-13.
Tax time is here. This year, let Peggy's Tax and Accounting take away the stress and hassles of tax season. Whether you want a quick refund or need an IRS mediator, you can rely on Peggy and her 20-plus years of experience. Be sure to ask about Peggy's immediate tax refund. Agents are on hand 6 days a week and after hours by appointment. Walk in, call in, or visit their website for more information or to schedule your appointment today. Peggy's Tax and Accounting, 300 Southeast 29th Street in Topeka.
Welcome back for some second quarter action. There on the screen is Coach Aaron Hafner. He'll be the next football coach here at Olathe Northwest next year.
He was just introduced between the first and second quarter, and from what I've heard, he's planning to input a more run-based offense, kind of centered around Andrew Dumas next year.
Which I think that'll be exciting to watch. I sadly won't be here to see it, but...
And I will. I'll probably be calling a lot of the games, so it'll be exciting to watch.
You'll be the one that gets to pester the coach next year.
Right, ask all kinds of questions, email him 24/7, that kind of thing.
I'm sure Coach Grove loves when I do that.
I'm sure he does. Giving out stats 3 times a week can't be...
Speaking of Coach Grove, last week, varsity wasn't going to have the JV team there to practice with, so he brought in a couple of guys to use as really a scout team. He asked me to come in. I really didn't know what to expect. He described it as a pickup game. And I got here, and probably after the third possession of running a press and preparing for the Topeka West game, I was on my knees out of breath. I couldn't breathe.
So you're saying you're out of shape?
I'm saying I'm out of shape. But I also, while I was there, I gained a much bigger respect, not that I didn't already have one, for the speed that they play at.
That and you're slow.
I mean, you should play with these guys.
Oh, I believe you 100%. I just think you're slow.
Thank you, Jack.
You are welcome.
Completely killed my story.
I try.
It's Reynolds up at the top of key, over to Ramey. Pump faking and driving right over the top of Reynolds. And Reynolds is going to draw the charge. We're going the other way.
Momentum swing right there. Taking charges is a great thing to do to pick up your teammates, get the fans excited, and just bring a good energy into your team.
I'm sure Northwest isn't going to have a hard time getting the fans excited tonight. They've got a full student section, and Olathe East not so much, but they're close. A for effort.
I mean, and the blackout always adds to it when you're all...
Well, it's not like a jersey theme's that hard.
Well, no, but the blackout makes things exciting.
I actually thought there'd be a bigger student section on the east side.
I agree.
I thought it would be full.
It's only about 10 minutes away. 15 minutes if you, yeah.
I guess it just shows who's got more spirit.
You're right.
It's the ball inside to Jack Parks. He's going to get one off the board. Northwest got a 3-point lead once again with 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Just a reminder, you're watching Ravens basketball on TV 25, where there's always something on.
And that was a great look from Cheever down to Parks. I mean, when you have the height advantage and the post down low, I mean, that's easy money.
I like the confidence. I already said this, but I love the confidence that they're playing with, or the bigs are playing with tonight. I think it's something that's going to help them going forward. Ill-advised pass, but there's Ramey just able to save it before it crossed the half-court line.
Right, the confidence is something that we haven't seen a lot of this season, especially with 3 bigs on the floor. Playing with confidence is going to come out and be a big deal.
It's Mackey in the middle. His shot's going to be short, unable to be corralled by Jack Parks, but he'll come away with it after another shot.
That was body to get what he wanted.
Parks on the drive. Parks not able to handle it. Behind the back pass landed right in the lap of Luke Waters, but he wasn't able to handle it.
That was nearly a highlight play right there.
You're Jack Parks, you got to corral that one. That was a good pass from Jackson Nicodemus.
It was, and it did take 2 points off the board, but it's early. Things can still happen.
Hopefully Northwest doesn't get in the habit of leaving points on the board. It's only a 3-point game right now. They're probably going to need those points coming down the stretch.
And we've already seen 4 points basically given away on silly turnovers that were wide open layups.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already for Northwest. Every time Jake Reynolds touches the ball for Olathe East, he starts to hear air ball from the student section.
And that just goes to show how much a student section means to a home court advantage. I mean, without it, it's just like playing anywhere else.
Athletic director Joe Gunderson did not like it. Well, let him go.
Stifling all the fun.
Let him harass them. It's all right. The student section.
They'll be fine. They'll find something else to chant about. I like the aggressive drive from Kyle Sheaver. The Ravens need to continue that, especially from the guards and, well, everybody really, getting into the basket and absorbing contact as they go up strong.
It's Kyle Sheaver at the free throw line. His first free throw attempt is off. Northwest is a pretty decent free throw shooter all in all, but really what brings up their percentage is Luke Waters. He shoots over 90% from the free throw line.
And we talk about the free throw line a lot. I think it's one of the biggest impactors on a basketball game there possibly is. It's points that are basically given to you if you can connect.
And Luke Waters has done a good job taking advantage of that. Olathe East wants a timeout to talk things over. Northwest commands a 17-13 lead with 4 minutes and 55 seconds remaining.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
What have you seen from Northwest so far that you like? What do you think they're doing well right now?
What I really like is seeing people like Jack Parks, Kyle Sheaver, Mike Anderson, Mitch Midyett, all people that don't usually come out and shoot often, have all taken shots early in this game when they have good looks. In most games, they seem to be hesitant, and when they have open shots, they pass them up. But tonight, I've seen a lot of not only drives, but open shots taken.
I still think Northwest needs to do a better job getting Jackson Nicodemus going. See if you can get him some more shots. He's hit a couple so far, driving the ball well. But besides one pull-up jumper, we haven't seen him shoot the ball a lot.
Maybe what I'm thinking is have him run the baseline and maybe Parks or Reynolds set a baseline screen for him, open him up along the baseline in the corner for 3.
Because so far, KT Ramey has showed no indication that he'll be letting up on Jackson Nicodemus tonight.
And he's been in his face since the very beginning, and I think that's a great game plan. I think you should assign someone to Jackson Nicodemus, not let him get an easy shot off.
KT Ramey's jumper is good over top of Kyle Sheaver.
Kyle Sheaver gave him too much space on that play. You need to be up in his face, especially on a shooter like that.
Pretty significant height advantage right there. It was 6'3" over top of 5'9".
And especially with that height disadvantage on Sheaver's part, he needs to be up in his grill to make shots uncomfortable.
Sheaver's going to drive on the right side, nowhere to go. Kicking it out to Jack Parks. He's unable to handle it. Ball's loose again.
And once again, maybe not once again, but once again, Northwest misses on an opportunity to get maybe an open shot, but they're bailed out by Olathe East.
Even when Jackson Nicodemus is throwing the ball, and KT Ramey will give him no room. Oh, from the backside, that's Jake Reynolds. He's got a wide open layup in front of him.
And it's beginning to look like turnovers are going to plague Northwest. Let's see if they can handle the ball a little bit better.
Their 5th turnover of the night. Olathe East's 4th steal, and we're only, 4 minutes into the second quarter?
Right. It's honestly been the difference to this point. Northwest has missed, I think, now maybe six points off the board because of turnovers.
It's an off-ball foul on Caleb Mackey, and now we're going to see Luke Wellman for the first time tonight. We've now seen everyone that will come off the bench for Olathe Northwest tonight.
Barring
a lopsided game either way.
Right.
Or an injury.
Right.
Even if there was one injury.
They might still play just 7.
I mean, if Mike Anderson were to get hurt, we might see D. Gordon, maybe John Lindsay.
John Lindsay's wearing a face mask tonight, so probably not John Lindsay.
Nicodemus on the left side looking for somewhere to go, nowhere to go. He's going to have his shot sent back, and it'll stay on this side of the floor, but there were two people there. I think both of them might have gotten the block.
And although he got blocked, I'm still perfectly all right with that drive to the basket. He's looking for a foul, and foul sent him to the free throw line for 2 points.
Spin move on the step back. The long two is no good. There's Luke Waters on the rebound. His putback is no good. Ramey's coming the other way on the right side. Quick pass into Mackey. The layup's not going to be good. And here comes Northwest. It's Kyle Sheaver running up the court looking for somewhere to go. He's going to drive, kick out. The step back from Jack Parks is good. His second three of the night.
And that's a great looking shot for Jack Parks. He needs to continue shooting that tonight because apparently he's got the hot hand.
I love the decision not to take the long two. Take the extra step back and get the extra point.
Why not?
Here comes Luke Waters. He's looking to drive inside, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
A little bit slow to get up. It's looking like he's got something wrong with maybe his arm. He did hit the floor kind of hard, more of a face plant than anything else.
Little fun fact here. Coach Jim Super for Olathe East has been coaching at Olathe East for 26 years now. That's a considerable amount of time longer than Olathe Northwest has even been open.
About 5 years to be exact.
Almost double.
Right. I mean, it's impressive, especially for a high school coach to be around for so long.
43 years experience overall. First free throw from Luke Waters is good. He's unfazed by hecklers in the Olathe East student section.
And apparently not bothered by whatever injury he sustained while falling to the floor.
Luke Waters, he's evolved. He's been getting good playing time since he was a freshman at Olathe Northwest, but he's evolved into a very tough player, especially down low.
And he appears to be grabbing his groin region. So we'll see how that plays out.
Steal from Kyle Sheaver. He's got company, though. Trying to get it back to Jack Parks. He'll somehow end up with it again. Jack Parks has got 10 points tonight. He's probably going to be pushing the season high already.
I believe it's close. He coming off the bench this season and not being as aggressive as he has in past years, it's kind of allowed him to prevented him from lighting up the scores, to call him.
Oh, Jake Reynolds might have traveled there on the base. Or I'm sorry. Sam Carroll might have traveled on the baseline. Jake Reynolds is going to slow things down for Olathe East here with 2 minutes to go. Olathe Northwest leading 24-18.
Olathe Northwest now in a 2-3 zone, playing with the smaller and maybe less quick Olathe East lineup.
Coach Groves liked to switch things around this year. Go back and forth between the 2-3 and the man.
One thing I'd look out for is Robert Kohlberg can shoot from the free throw line. Look for Olathe East to try to get the ball into him, moving back and forth across the elbows.
Short jumper's no good. Luke Wellman's there for the rebound. Now Luke Wellman will probably not get more than 2 points, if that, but he might give you a black eye in the process.
He plays tough basketball. He's going to use every inch and every pound of his frame to make sure you don't get anything you want. He's going to box you out hard. He's going to body you down low in the post, and he's going to work on the defensive end all night long.
He's very aware that he's not going to score many points, so he's not afraid to foul.
But what he really does like to do is set screens that put people on their butts.
Right now, Northwest has got a very, very big lineup in as the shot from Kyle Sheaver is no good. They've got a 6'5" Luke Wellman, a 6'6" Luke Waters, and a 6'6", pushing 6'7", Jack Parks. As another Olathe East turnover. They're going to call it jump ball, not a turnover. It'll be Northwest ball regardless.
Now, one thing I do like about this bigger lineup from Olathe Northwest, well, let's see what this controversy is first.
Nobody was happy about that explanation. Even Coach Gunderson's down there giving the ref a hard time. Coach Gunderson's the athletic director.
Right, in the referee's ear, you gotta love that. Well, I do love the big lineup from Olathe Northwest. It allows Luke Waters to kick out to the three-point line and not only opens up a shot for him, but allows him to drive down to the basket.
I'm sure running this lineup, Coach Grove expects to get every rebound available.
And why wouldn't you? The only issue is that it also forces Jackson Nicodemus to handle most of the ball-carrying responsibilities.
Right now they're playing about 35 feet away from the basket with 10 seconds remaining here in the first half. Jackson Nicodemus looking for somewhere to go. A lot of pushing and shoving, 3 seconds to go. Nicodemus is going to pull up from 3. His shot will be short, and that's going to take us to halftime. Olathe Northwest leads Olathe East 24-18. We'll be back shortly for a banner dropping here in a little while.
Give it up for Prairie Trail, our future Raven. And now it's time to welcome our Olathe Northwest varsity dance team. They're led by captains Abby Good, Lane Steffen, and Gabby Thomas. They are the 8 times NBA national champions, coached by Shannon Summers and Allison Krumbiegel. They are performing today their competition palm routine. Give it up for the Raven Dance Team. And now if you direct your attention to the Raven Wall, we have some more special guests to welcome. First of all, we'd like to welcome our back-to-back state champion volleyball team, coached by Barry Lentz and Patty Phillips. Team manager is Rachel Zink, and the team members here are Lily Becker, Ashley Cass, Jaden Chase, Kaylin Chase, Abigail Copeland, Lindsay Heller, Courtney Jackson, Taylor Cooper, Georgia Mullins, Renee Oswald, Caitlin Parks, and Jocelyn Peterson. How about a big hand for the Ravens? And if we could get a drum roll, please. If you direct your attention to the South Wall for the unveiling of the state championship banner. State champions volleyball team back to back. At this time, we would also like to recognize and present the Gatorade Kansas State Volleyball Player of the Year Award to Taylor Cooper. And in addition to our volleyball team, we would now like to welcome our 2017 state champion gymnastics team to the floor. They are coached by Mallory West and Allison Crumbeagle, managed by Amber Ilam and Anna Serrell. That team might look small. Brooke Ilam, Haley Robinson, and Sydney Weeks, 3 girls and a state championship. Sydney Weeks was also the winner of the all-around individual state championship. How about another drum roll? 2 for 1 tonight. Let's see the state gymnastics banner. How about a round of applause for our 2 fall state championship teams? The banners will be up there forever in Olathe Northwest.
Tax time is here. This year, let Peggy's Tax and Accounting take away the stress and hassles of tax season. Whether you want a quick refund or need an IRS mediator, you can rely on Peggy and her 20-plus years of experience. Be sure to ask about Peggy's immediate tax refund. Agents are on hand 6 days a week and after hours by appointment. Walk in, call in, or visit their website for more information or to schedule your appointment today. Peggy's Tax and Accounting, 300 Southeast 29th Street in Topeka.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV25, where there's always something on. station in the United States. We are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on. With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Got problems? We solve them. Warner Electric, your residential troubleshooting specialist.
Great movies.
Oh, yeah.
Classic TV shows.
Good evening, I'm Mr. Carson.
Free to watch. Easy to watch.
But of course.
On over-the-air digital or cable.
This is it.
This is your movie network.
Boy, if life were only like this.
And this is Antenna TV.
I love it.
Together, two memorable networks to watch.
Watch your favorites on TV 25.3 and TV 25.11.
Oh no, electrical problems. Who do I call?
My preference would be Warner Electric.
I think we found your problem here. For all your electrical troubleshooting needs, call Warner Electric.
Welcome back for some second half action. Once again, I'm Roan Stanley alongside Jack Clayton. Olathe Northwest leads over Olathe East 24-18. Before we get started, just a reminder, if you're watching Ravens basketball on TV 25, where there's always something on. Jack, tell us a little bit about that first half. What did we see?
Well, the first half was definitely a different game than the Ravens have typically played. Olathe East got out and tried to get out in front and run with the basketball, get easy fast break points, and the Ravens turned it over a little bit more than they characteristically did. However, they were very aggressive on the offensive end. Jack Park stepped up, had the hot hand, took shots where he needed to, and I mean, Jackson Nicodemus and Luke Waters haven't shown up quite as much.
Well, I can say with confidence, this is the first time these words have been said all year. Jack Parks leads Olathe Northwest in scoring coming into the second half. He's got 10 points in that first half, including 2 threes, and he had a couple of turnovers, but we haven't seen him shoot the ball with this much confidence in a long time.
And it's all because of that confidence. When you step up, when you catch and shoot, when you just catch and shoot with no hesitation, it is so much more likely to fall just because, I mean, it's smooth. It feels good coming out of your hand and everything works.
He's in a rhythm, and I'd love for him to stay there because Olathe Northwest looks pretty good on the offensive end despite the turnovers.
And the defining shot for him was the step-back three. That kind of sealed the deal and put him in that little streak. However, he's not starting the second half on the floor.
The 10 points is also really big, too, because we haven't seen a ton of scoring from Jackson Nicodemus and Luke Waters. Jackson Nicodemus has got 6 points, nothing to sneeze at, and he's definitely helped the team out today. But he didn't dominate. He didn't really get hot.
But he was also one of the only players that consistently kept control of the ball and didn't commit turnovers.
First three since the first quarter is up and good for Jackson Nicodemus.
And once again, we're forced to eat our words because as soon as we say something, someone steps up and proves us wrong.
He probably heard me talking about him.
He hates that.
Oh, yeah.
He gives us that kind of crap all the time.
That's Reynolds on the drive. His shot's no good, but he'll be rewarded with 2 free throws.
Olathe Northwest fans got really excited after seeing that 3 to open up the half.
At the line, Jake Reynolds shooting 2.
First free throw is no good for Reynolds. Olathe East is 0 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Not the start they were looking for. And like we said, it's 3 points you need to take advantage of.
And like we said, again, in the Shawnee Mission West game, I believe it was, if you're going to go to the charity stripe, you might as well take advantage of it.
Reynolds inside to Luke Waters. From the backside to Luke Stewie. They're going to get him on a foul early in the second half.
Northwest not really looking stretched on the offensive end at all. They're kind of getting exactly what they're looking for each possession.
You get too confined and you try and get the ball down low, you set yourself up for that to happen because it's not hard for defenders to come around on the weak side.
So to counteract that, what Northwest really needs to do is spread out the floor a little bit more, keep the ball on the outside, set screens for guards without the ball, get them open for a shot.
Cheever was trying to drive there. It'd be a foul, another foul on Olathe East. Their second of the half so far. Olathe Northwest still with an 8-point lead here with just under 7 minutes to play in the third quarter.
The problem is they still look like they're struggling to keep hold of the ball. They need to secure the basketball and make sure that they don't create turnovers for themselves.
And I believe Olathe Northwest only has 1 steal in the game so far. Only caused 3 or 4 turnovers. And they didn't even get points off that 1 steal.
And that's the reason that Olathe East is still a competitor in this game, is because they've got lots of points off of Olathe Northwest turnovers.
They're going to get it into Reynolds inside, going up strong, and he'll get the basket over the top of Charlie Bell. And a steal, there's Mitch Midyett wandering onto the ball.
Very poor pass on inbounds. Olathe East just got lazy there.
I think Mitch looked surprised.
They all were.
In the corner, and Jackson Nicodemus, his shot's no good. Bell on the rebound. Reynolds pushing up to Mackey, and he's going to get the layup to fall.
Olathe East still coming out and attacking. The worst part about that offensive possession is that Midyett didn't get credit for a great pass.
See, the worst thing about commentating about guys you go to school with is on Monday, if they see you and they watch the broadcast after the game, they come up to you and be like, well, why'd you say that about me? I'm more than just a spot-up shooter.
Well, that was my fault.
That actually happened. Jackson Nicodemus got mad at my buddy here, Jack Clayton, because we called him a spot-up shooter. Mitch Midyett gets the layup to fall.
That was a great pass from Reynolds. It was a great look on the backdoor cut from Midyett, especially when a team is overplaying you on the deny side like Olathe East is, because they're a little bit quicker than Northwest. A backdoor cut works every time.
I love how you changed the subject.
You're welcome. Get myself out of trouble.
Or not get yourself into more trouble. The finger roll from KT Ramey sliding into the paint. That was a nice shot.
That was smooth.
Like I said, only a sophomore.
That was a little bit concerning right there, that handoff at midcourt. That looked confusing.
I was just hoping they wouldn't mess up something that simple. On the drive, Jack Nicodemus, he's going to leave it way short. Here comes KT Ramey once again.
I really like the matchup of Midyett on Ramey. Midyett's going to work on him all night long.
They're going to get Aaron Reynolds on a defensive foul. KT Ramey grabbed a hold of Reynolds' jersey as he was going around him.
Just Reynolds got caught from the foul there because he wasn't moving his feet quite quick enough to keep up with a little bit faster Ramey. Big man's going to get called on that every time.
I like that defense style. He's having big men come out and hedge. They're not letting the guards get around those screens and head downhill towards the basket.
Right, and the entire purpose for that is just to slow down the offense just a little bit. Make them go out around the defense and create a little bit of space for their defender to catch up.
Before the shot, it's going to be Kyle Sheever picking up a block on the floor.
One bright spot for Olathe Northwest is that they're not in foul trouble quite yet. So, I mean, no one has really been in any kind of – we haven't seen a lot of fouls.
Every single Olathe Northwest player that gets really good playing time, the top 8 really, are all seniors. And I think that's going to be concerning for Olathe Northwest coming into next year. because that's a lot of spots you're going to have to fill.
I mean, if you look through their roster, I believe there's only 1 or 2 juniors on the entirety of, maybe 3 juniors on the entirety of the roster, and none of them have seen any varsity playing time whatsoever. So,
and really none of the juniors would be the first to come off the bench if they did need more players.
Right, the sophomores such as like
D. Gordon, John Lindsay would probably be some of the first guys to come off.
Right, so I mean,
maybe Chris Martinez.
Yeah, you're going to wonder what the experience looks like coming into next year, who's going to play what position, what they're going to do to fill the 6'6" frames that they have this year.
Yeah, because a lot of the juniors that they had here have transferred to Olathe West.
And that has been honestly a killer. We lost players like Dominic Messina, who wasn't necessarily tall but was a playmaker. I mean,
he started as a sophomore.
Right, so I mean, just lost talent.
Luke Waters and Jake Reynolds collide as they're trying to get the ball down inside to him. I think Reynolds took an elbow to the face, but he'll get called for the foul.
And that's got to hurt. I mean, especially when a kid like Luke Waters comes running into you.
And I love how there's not replay, because if you go in college basketball or the NBA, they send that to the replay board, and they look at it and they see somebody got elbowed and they call a technical foul.
Even if it wasn't necessarily in Waters' control.
No, definitely was not. Waters on the pull-up free throw line, way short. There's Mitch Midyett flying in for the rebound.
Great hustle right there. They're going to call.
And the refs are sending both teams to their benches. We still haven't figured out why.
Maybe I thought the ref might be counting how many players were on the floor.
He counted, but when he counted, he stopped play, and there were 5 on the floor for every team. I can't wait to hear the explanation for this.
There was some talking back from Ramey, but that was, it looks like Waters is going to shoot.
Waters is going to get a technical free throw here. And here comes Coach Jim Super for East. He wants an explanation. Olathe East came out of the huddle and saw Waters at the free throw line, and they thought they'd been called from a technical.
So did we, but apparently it's just an inbounds. One thing that I'm not a huge fan of in the Olathe Northwest scheme is their inbounds play. It doesn't seem like they create opportunities for open shots off the inbound, which honestly came to bite them in the back against
Nicodemus on the drive.
That was called on number 4, KT Ramey, his 3rd personal.
As I was saying, the big kicker in the Shawnee Mission South game is we had 2 possessions inside our own half court with under 40 seconds, and neither one resulted in any play because the inbounds was on the side, and the ball was inbounded to Luke Waters about 30 feet from the basket, and nothing was created.
Yeah, you were here for the Shawnee Mission South game. I was not. They ended up losing by a couple of points. What was the deciding factor in that game?
It was honestly a 5-point game. The score only said 2, but it was honestly a 5-point game. Shawnee Mission South went to the free throw line, and Jackson Nicodemus hit basically a pointless shot with a few seconds left. And it basically came down to Northwest turned the ball over. They got out of their rhythm because they slowed down the offense. And then when it was time to kick it back in, because Shawnee Mission South had made a comeback, when it was time to kick the scoring back in, they just didn't have it.
Northwest is going to have to get this game tonight so that they can really get back on track and compete for a Sunflower League championship. A nice pass from KT Ramey down inside to Caleb Mackey. Got a wide open layup on the block.
That was fantastic awareness from the sophomore to see his teammate wide open under the basket, even though he was mid-shot.
Less fantastic defense, I'm sure Coach Grove's not going to be happy about.
Well, you can't defend everyone. It was still a fantastic pass. Look for the Ravens to get the ball into Jack Parks, who has definitely the upper hand down low in the post.
Mike Anderson driving on the right side, nowhere to go, yeah. There's a lot of size in there right now. The big men are battling. Ill-advised pass from Jack Parks, trying to get it to Luke Waters. Here comes Caleb Mackey. Knocked away from Mitch Midyett on the backside. They're going to pick up KT Ramey. He was trying to defend Jackson Nicodemus.
Great steal from Mitch Midyett to come from behind and swipe it out just as he was going up for the layup, but not get a foul.
Jake Reynolds will re-enter the game, and KT Ramey will take a seat.
The Ravens now have 7 turnovers, which has been a factor in this game for sure.
Definitely keeping Olathe East around. 6-point advantage after the Parks 3 is no good. Ball bounces around, and Mitch Midyett comes away with it.
Another great hustle rebound by Mitch Midyett to just come up with the ball, even though he was nowhere near it when the shot went up.
If hustle points counted, Mitch Midyett would be the leading scorer as ball's knocked out of bounds and it'll stay on this side of the floor.
I love the way he plays. He works so hard on every possession, both offensive and defense, to either stay in front of his man and force a tough shot or get one of his teammates open. It's impressive.
And he didn't get a lot of playing time last year, as there goes Luke Stewie on a breakaway layup. He'll get an easy layup on an ill-advised inbound pass.
And once again, points off turnovers are allowing Olathe East to stick around. Northwest has to control the basketball.
Minute 35 remains in the third quarter here at Olathe Northwest. The Hawks of Olathe East taking on Northwest as Mitch Midyett has a layup blocked, and it'll fall out of bounds off Northwest.
Now,
did he miss that, or did he just get it blocked?
It got blocked. I think the ball was trapped against the backboard as it went up, which is a pretty impressive play for a high schooler.
Coach Grove might have wanted a goaltend there. He had some words for one of the officials.
I still like the backdoor cut. It left Midyett open, although it got blocked. It was a good look. The Ravens open up once again in a 2-3 zone.
Cross-court pass to Reynolds. Northwest is back in a 2-3 zone.
Look for the ball to get kicked down to number 44.
Oh, Bell almost traveled there.
Look for Mackey to get the ball down on the baseline. He's roaming back and forth into the holes.
42 seconds remain in the third quarter. Reynolds is going to drive. He'll find Mackey down low. Not going to get the roll, and there's Waters coming away with it. 30 seconds remain in the third quarter. Northwest with a 4-point lead over East.
And it looks like they're going to hold for one shot here to end the quarter.
Been a low-scoring game.
It has. I mean, the defense has stepped up tonight. And the clock has
8 seconds remain. Nicodemus on the drive, powering his way through, and he's going to get the 8-foot jumper to go as the quarter will come to an end. Olathe Northwest will head into the final quarter of the game up 34-28.
Hi, I'm Nick Baumgartner, owner of Midwest Barter Exchange.
So what is barter anyway?
Midwest Barter helps you trade what you have for what you really need.
You can use Midwest Barter dollars to purchase hundreds of products for your business or personal use without the use of cash, including advertising on TV 25. Find out more at our website or call 785-383-4965.
Buzzer, Justice, Antenna, Heartland, Newsmax, Weather Nation, Revin, Untamed Sports, Retro, Vibrant, This, Jewelry. 12 simultaneous networks broadcasting 24 hours a day to 2.2 million viewers in Kansas City.
Welcome back for some fourth quarter action here at Olathe Northwest. Right before we came back on air, I don't know if we were back on air, you might have heard me. One of the referees, Steve Moritz, came over and I jokingly asked him, hey, how are those coaches treating you? As both of these coaches, we know Coach Grove likes to stay in the ear of officials.
It looks like both have already gotten a little bit angered tonight, especially on that foul call that they really weren't sure about when Luke Waters stepped into the line looking like a technical.
Never have seen Coach Grove get ejected, though.
Which is odd, considering how loud he is a lot of the time.
I think I might ask him that on Monday. Coach Grove, you ever been ejected? I'll have an answer for you next week.
Sounds good. Interested to hear.
Here comes Northwest for their first possession of the fourth quarter. Still up 6 points here. 6 points is a lot more than it feels like in this game because, well, not much has happened. Nicodemus pump faking, driving. The floater is going to be no good off the right side.
It was a great fake, and Olathe East instantly had to respect it going flying.
I still like it. It was a good decision to force him off the three-point line. Get him inside the paint. Going up strong. They're going to get Jack Parks on the foul. That'll be Dakota Lagore going to the free throw line.
And that might end up being a good foul for the Ravens. I like going up strong, preventing an easy layup, and we'll see if he can make it happen here at the line.
It was a foul. I don't think Luke Waters agreed with it. He thought he went straight up.
But it wasn't a bad foul regardless.
No, it wasn't a bad foul at all.
No reason to give him 2 points, especially if he's an unproven shooter.
Both free throws are good for Olathe East. Lead is down to 4 with just under 7 minutes to play.
Hopefully the Ravens can maintain their lead, but yet don't feel the need to slow down their offense. That's the killer in some of these games, is they decide to take their foot off the gas, which, I mean, takes them out of the aggressor position.
Yeah, I agree. They need to keep going towards the basket, as we're going to get an off-ball foul on Olathe East. It'll come out underneath the basket.
I'm liking the offense that Northwest has started to run. They're starting to spread out the floor, move a big man up to they're playing with 3 guards, move a big man out to the three-point line, and making lots of cuts towards the basket, moving well without the basketball.
And from here on out, Olathe Northwest will be in the bonus, I should say, as the ball's blocked, and Luke Waters is going to come up with it. Tries to throw it away, keeps himself from going out of bounds. But they're going to get Jake Reynolds on a travel as he was trying to throw a cross-court pass.
He took a bit of a hop as he started to gather himself for the pass. I think that's what the ref saw and called him for.
Hit the weight room, young boy.
Keep it up!
It looks like he's about my size, and I'd look pretty out of place if I was out there.
Especially next to 6'6".
Yeah, 6'6" and 6'7", and stronger
6'6",
than me.
230, and filled out.
Hit puberty.
At 7th grade.
Yeah. Jackson Nicodemus, he's going to be short on his 3, and they're going to get him on a foul as he was trying to get around Luke Stewie to get the ball back.
It was a great move on the offensive side, though. Impressive to see that step back and create that much space.
He's going to get a quick opportunity to sit down as Mike Anderson comes in. I don't think he'll be out for very long.
There's no way you can keep him out for very long, especially in such a tight game like this. Without him, you just don't have the pure offensive production that they gain with him on the floor.
He's a solid 25-30% of the offense.
Every night.
Jack Parks on Luke Reynolds. Luke Stewie the kick out. His shot's no good. 5.5 minutes remaining, and I think it'll come into play here. Northwest is going to have to figure out how to slow the ball, but at the same time keep momentum and find a way to keep scoring.
And a big part of that is staying on the offensive and defensive glass. They have the position down low on both ends of the floor. They need to make use of it and keep the ball in their possession.
Getting the ball down inside to Luke Waters. He's met by Dakota Lagore, and they're going to get a foul on the floor.
And speaking of Luke Waters, he hasn't had the maybe productive night that we are accustomed to seeing, but because of his usual tenacity and aggressiveness on the floor, teams are drawn to him, and you have to respect his game every single time you see him.
Jackson Nicodemus spends a whole 45 seconds on the bench before he's back out.
And that just speaks to his importance. You can't win a basketball game without him.
And going back to Luke Waters, he's helped the team, not with points tonight, by just taking up space, because as you see, every time they try to get him the ball down low, the entire Olathe East team converges on the paint.
Yes, it's a double team every single time, and that opens up other players, and it takes pressure off the offense.
Both free throws are good. He is no stranger to making free throws. And Olathe East is going to have to figure out a way to put points up quick because 6 points feels more like 15 right now.
Especially with the momentum that Olathe Northwest has. The fans are into it. They feel like they're playing well. They're getting the foul calls that they need to get. They're just, things are going their way.
Luke Stewie on the drive. The kick out to Bell. His three is up and good. We've got a one-possession game on our hands.
Olathe East getting up in the grill of a lot of the Northwest players, making it hard for them to move.
This is anybody's game right now, even though it feels like Northwest has dominated the pace of the game.
Hawk foul on number 44, Caleb Mackey, his second, team 8. Luke Waters again at the line.
Northwest will go to the line for a 1-and-1 after a foul on Caleb Mackey. And that's just the guy you want at the free throw line.
Exactly, and if he can't contribute in the open floor during the game, or contribute the points, excuse me, he can always go to the free throw line and come up with the same production.
And I feel like this won't be the last time Luke Waters gets to the free throw line tonight. They're going to have to play him tough. And when you play tough, you're bound to get fouls called on you. As a rare free throw miss, Mitch Midyett almost came up with it, but it's going to be off Charlie Bell of Olathe East, and it'll stay on this side.
And as the game continues, free throws are going to become more and more important, but so is the hustle that we just saw from the Ravens. How did they come up with that ball off the free throw?
Mitch Midyett, that's how. Luke Waters driving inside. The off-balance shot is short. Charlie Bell was holding on to that one. Here comes KT Ramey. His finger roll layup is up and good. 37-35, Olathe Northwest leads, 4 minutes remaining.
Northwest needs to do a much better job of getting back on defense, but Olathe East is going to kick up the pressure here in the last few minutes. They need to handle the ball.
Slowing things down, Jackson Nicodemus over to Kyle Sheaver. I think they need to be worried about taking their foot off the gas pedal this early.
Mitch Midyett was open on cut. I don't think they're necessarily taking their foot off the gas pedal. I think East is pressuring them to the point where they're not really getting what they're looking for.
Back inside to Luke Waters. 3 defenders around him. He'll kick the ball back out to Nicodemus. Man, that's tough defense inside.
I mean, there's absolutely nothing that Luke Waters can do about that. He's such a presence on the floor that he draws 3 defenders when he touches it.
He's been triple teamed pretty much the entire half when he gets the ball in there.
Which has effectively just left him with points at the free throw line.
Oh, what a play. Jackson Nicodemus. The drive, the spin, the finish, and he'll go to the line for a chance at another one.
That's got to be SportsCenter top 10.
Oh, you'll see that on ONW now next week, I guarantee it.
Game Day Northwest. And it's all, the reason he could finish that shot is because he kept his eyes up, worked through the contact, and never took his focus off getting the ball up on top of the rim.
Luke Stewie on the left side for Olathe East. Over to Mackey, almost traveled to Ramey. Reynolds on the left side. His 3 is in and out. There's Charlie Bell in the offensive rebound.
That's one thing that can't happen if you're Olathe Northwest.
KT Ramey's drive is going to fall. We got a 1-possession game. Olathe East won't go away.
And Olathe Northwest has to grab every single defensive rebound from this point on. They can't allow second chance points, especially to a smaller Olathe East team.
Oh, that's Luke Stewie going right over top of Kyle Sheaver. He's going to get an offensive foul on him.
One thing I'm really liking out of the offense is the amount of screens set for either ball handlers or off-ball players to get people open.
Northwest still with a 3-point lead over Olathe East. There's just not been a lot of offense in this game, and that I'm skeptical about whether Olathe East can string together a couple of baskets in a row to get back on top.
I'm wondering the same thing. However, although it hasn't been an offensively powered game, it's still been exciting, and we've still been entertained the entire time.
Olathe East has played great defense on Olathe Northwest.
And so has Northwest. They're both playing, they're polar opposite teams. One is a little bit shorter and considerably quicker and likes to run. The other is, let's set it up in the half court. Let's utilize our big men to really pound the ball inside. And it's working out to Northwest's advantage. They're counteracting the quickness of Olathe East by changing up between a man-to-man and the 2-3 zone to keep them off balance and not allowing easy shots.
The difference in this game definitely right now, and to me at least, Jack Parks and Aaron Reynolds. Jack Parks with 2 threes, Aaron Reynolds has a 3 on his own, and then the 2 other baskets from Jack Parks, he's got 10 points. He's got a fourth of their points.
Right, and with the big men in the lineup, like the 3 big man lineup of Reynolds, Parks, and Waters, I mean, you can sit in a 2-3 zone and get out to the corners with length, as well as defend the perimeter with quicker guards, as well as kick Waters out to the 3-point line on the offensive side to make him more of a stretch 4.
Just under 2 minutes to play. Traps are coming for Olathe East. Looking for somewhere to go. They're going to find Luke Waters down low on the block. He's got an easy layup and a 5-point lead for Olathe Northwest.
Impressive from Jack Parks to maintain his composure through the double team. For big men, it's hard to remain calm when they're not usually comfortable handling the ball in those type of situations. Great pass and great finish.
I hope Luke watches this and somehow hears this. Please dunk the ball. I'm dying to see him dunk the ball. Just anyone dunk the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I'm in complete agreement.
I mean, this place would be just through the roof. Mackey on the drive. His layup's going to roll around the rim and toilet bowl in. And Olathe East wants another timeout. Just staying within 1 possession. They won't go away.
Another impressive finish from Olathe East. They got a pretty easy layup, but Mackey made it look pretty difficult.
Yeah, that almost rolled out. It's a nice pass, though.
It was.
Now, if you're Coach Grove, you know the press is coming. What are you thinking to get out of it?
I'm thinking you want to make sure that when you inbound the ball is not thrown to the corners. The last thing you want is Kyle Sheaver or Jackson Nicodemus catching the ball down in their corner. You want to keep the ball in the middle of the floor, and you want to keep the ball moving. You never want to dribble to the sideline.
Olathe East looks like they're going to be in a matchup press. Yeah, it'll be a man press. I love having Jackson Nicodemus throw the ball in.
And I do too, because what's going to happen is they're going to inbound the ball to probably either Kyle Sheaver or Mitch Midyett, and the ball's going to go right back to him.
They threw the ball to him out of bounds and then got it right back into him inbounds. I think that throws off Olathe East because I think they're thinking that the ball's going to be going to him the whole time.
And that wasn't really the pressure I was exactly expecting from Olathe East. They kind of let them just waltz up the floor.
Less than a minute remains. Luke Waters' layup is up and good. 5-point lead for Olathe Northwest. Once again, 50 seconds remain.
Luke Waters starting to make his mark on the scorers table as the game continues.
Ramey with a tough shot on the left side. Oh, that was beautiful.
If you think about it, he's kind of keeping them in the game. Not only dishing the ball out, but making tough shots.
44-41, Olathe Northwest leads. Just another reminder, you're watching Raven basketball on TV 25, where there's always something.
Tax time is here. This year, let Peggy's Tax and Accounting take away the stress and hassles of tax season. Whether you want a quick refund or need an IRS mediator, you can rely on Peggy and her 20-plus years of experience. Be sure to ask about Peggy's immediate tax refund. Agents are on hand 6 days a week and after hours by appointment. Walk in, call in, or visit their website for more information or to schedule your appointment today. Peggy's Tax and Accounting, 300 Southeast 29th Street in Topeka.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.
Welcome back to Olathe Northwest. 44-41 lead for the home team over Olathe East. We've got 42 seconds remaining in the game. Raven ball, and I'm guessing we're going to start seeing a foul game.
That's what it's beginning to look like, but it's been really nice to see two great basketball games, both from the boys and girls this evening. It's been exciting out of basketball.
A man press for Olathe East. I'm going to guess they're going to look to trap in the corners. But yeah, here it comes. Reynolds coming over. That's going to be unsuccessful, and they're going to need to foul pretty quick.
And that's the...
Oh, Luke Stewie's going to come away with it. There's Jake Reynolds. He's headed the other way. The pass off to Ramey. He's got a pull-up three on the right side. It's going to be short. There's Mackey on the rebound for the putback. A one-point game with less than 20 seconds remaining. And Coach Jim Super of Olathe East is going to need a timeout to talk things over.
And that cannot happen for Olathe Northwest. The ball cannot be given away. Even if Jack Parks goes to the line, even though he might not be the best free throw shooter, that's a better situation than a turnover and a layup.
In that scenario, I don't see a reason to have Jack Parks on the floor.
Well, is he a better free throw shooter than Aaron Reynolds?
No, I want Mike Anderson on the floor.
So
I want another guard.
You're going 4 guards and a big?
For the offensive end, yeah, I want 4 guards.
Especially since this is going to turn into a dead ball kind of game. That's definitely a possibility we can start seeing.
Because Luke Waters is still enough size to manage, and I think having 4 guards on the court helps them immensely with ball control and free throw shooting.
Right, not only are they allowed to handle the ball easily, bringing it up the court with pressure, but they're also improved at the free throw line.
We're going to see how good they are at the free throw line. We've got about 17 seconds remaining in the game. Olathe Northwest will be going to the free throw line here, assuming they can get the ball in.
And if you're Olathe East, you're going for a steal off the inbounds, and as soon as the ball is secured by Northwest, you're looking for a foul. Now what you're really hoping to do is get the ball into a Jack Parks or maybe Mitch Mediette, someone not so confident at the line.
They got it into Luke Waters. They're up 1. Olathe East needs to foul pretty quickly. 9 seconds left in the game. They've got to foul. Coach Grove wants a timeout. Whoa, Olathe East just burned 10 seconds for reasons that are beyond me.
Now, the one reason that I agree with the not calling a timeout is because they had a maybe not ideal ball handler, having the ball in the corner, and then he attempted to dribble up the court. So at that point, you're thinking, well, I mean, maybe we get a steal off Waters to go the other way for an easy layup.
Still 17 seconds. I foul as quick as possible, because then you might even be able to get 2 more offensive possessions after that.
And it may become the difference in the game. We still have yet to see.
They're only going to get 1 possession for sure now, and now there's no question about it. Right when the ball is passed in, you have got to foul. Doesn't matter who.
And for the Ravens, 2 free throws have to go in. You have to make this a 3-point game so that a shot can't beat you.
Olathe East is going to have a chance to tie or win the game, depending on how Northwest can hit free throws.
And if you're the Ravens, you need either Luke Waters or Jackson Nicodemus to catch the ball coming out of the inbounds.
All right, here we go. 7.3 seconds on the clock. Northwest with a 44-43 lead over Olathe East.
In my mind, it wouldn't be out of the question for someone to break towards the basket for an easy layup.
They broke towards the basket. They're still not fouling, though. And there's the foul on Charlie Bell. That is just wasted time. I don't know what Olathe East is doing. They look like they wanted to trap there with 7 seconds left.
And a full 2 seconds came off the clock. That's crucial.
Yeah, 2 seconds is a long time.
It's plenty of time for a shot.
2 seconds, technically, 0.4 seconds is enough for a shot.
Exactly.
2 seconds is a couple of dribbles and a shot. First free throw is good for Luke Waters. 2-point game. He'll have 1 more coming.
Timeout on the floor, charged to Olathe Northwest.
Full timeout from Coach Grove. He wants to talk things over. I'm sure he's going to safely assume that Luke Waters is going to hit this free throw here.
And you have to hope for the best. If he doesn't hit this free throw, however, I would consider fouling. I would consider fouling.
In a 2-point game?
I would consider fouling before a 3-point shot goes up. At that point, you secure.
Let him shoot the 3. They're only up. If he misses the shot, they're only up 2. You mean if he makes it?
If he misses, sorry, excuse me, if he misses, if he makes it, I'm still considering fouling. If he misses, I'm considering fouling. I would rather go to overtime than lose the game, especially
Give him the 3. They haven't hit it all day.
Ramey's a hot shooter.
He hadn't hit it much today. I don't know.
If he makes it, I say foul for sure. Why give up the opportunity?
I think it's more of a question. If he makes it, I think it becomes a question: do you foul or not? I don't think if he misses, they even think about it.
And I guess they are in the 1-and-1.
I don't know. I think if he misses it, there's no way they foul. Coach Grove's not doing that.
Okay. All right. Either way, a good shot cannot go up on the Olathe East.
If he makes it, I think fouling is definitely an option. He makes it. 3-point game, because Olathe East has wasted so much time here in the last 30 seconds.
Right.
Free throws up and good. 3-point game. 5.5 seconds left. 4 seconds. 3. They're going to foul him. He hit the shot after the foul. Oh.
Are they going to call it?
Oh, no, they're not going to count it. They called it on the floor long before he hit the shot. 3.3 seconds remaining, and KT Ramey is not happy.
But if you're Northwest, now you got to feel pretty smart, considering that he fouled and he made basically a half-court shot. You got to feel smart about yourself, or at least good.
1-and-1 coming for KT Ramey. Now making the first one's the biggest.
You make the first one,
you miss the second.
Miss the second.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Coach Grove wants a 30-second timeout to talk things over. You were right. They fouled. They made the free throw, and they fouled. I think that's a great call.
See, now what's going to happen is Ramey is going to, attempt. He's going to attempt to make the first one, and I think he has to miss the second one, because if he makes the second one, Northwest has the opportunity to inbound the ball. Olathe East again has to foul, risking time off the clock.
And this is not the NBA. You can't advance the ball
on a timeout.
Yeah, on the timeout.
Right.
Yeah.
So Olathe Northwest inbounds the ball. They have to be fouled immediately. They go back to the line. It's most likely still a 2 or 3 point game, or at least a 1 point game with Northwest at the line.
I agree. I think you have to miss the free throw on the second try. You have to make the first.
What's ideal is a missed free throw and a tip-in for Olathe East on the second shot, assuming he makes the first.
There's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving in the paint if that's the scenario.
We'll see what the refs do, maybe on a foul call.
That's tough because, I mean, you don't want to. First free throw's up and good for KT Ramey. That's the thing, though. If you're the refs, you don't want to get in the way of the game.
Yeah, you don't want to be the difference maker.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think he'll have to miss his free throw here.
And there it is.
He's going to miss it. It'll roll in and out. And there's a rebound. Shots blocked. And a putback. As time expires, we're going to overtime here at Olathe Northwest. KT Ramey got the second rebound. And we've got a tie ball again.
And Northwest fans are kicking themselves.
No one boxed out the shooter.
Not a single person was touched. Yeah. For a team that commanded the rebound column all night long, it's disappointing to see 2 missed opportunities to grab a board.
Wow, KT Ramey is taking the game into his hands. That's a sophomore.
He just made the game his own. He extended the game for his team nearly single-handedly.
That could not have been executed more perfectly.
And we called it.
I wouldn't want to be in the huddle with Coach Grove right now.
Oh, neither would I. And, well, I mean, how are the Northwest players going to respond? That's what's going to be what determines the game.
That's D. Gordon on your screen dancing in the middle of the huddle.
And then he notices the camera and continues. But the energy needs to stay light in that huddle, or else they're going to fall behind. They can't get down on themselves because the game is not over.
I hope Coach Grove doesn't watch this broadcast. I don't know why he would, but
D's going to get in trouble.
D's going to be running on Monday. D. Gordon is one guy you have to watch out for next year. He's probably going to be one of the main ball handlers. He's probably one of the better guys on JV right now. It's a young JV team. It's a JV team mostly made up of sophomores.
And I like the way he plays. He's quick. He can shoot a little bit. He's a good look for next year.
The guys you need to watch out for next year, D. Gordon's definitely one of them. John Lindsay, probably Chris Martinez, and Jackson Roan maybe. Those are some of the guys that I think will make a big difference next year.
And of course, we don't know a lot about them yet or the way they play at the varsity level, but we'll be glad to find out.
Bell, his three up at the top of the key, in and out. There's Kyle Sheaver on the rebound.
And a good start on the defensive side for the Ravens, especially after giving that putback layup.
Jack Parks inside. His right hook's going to roll in. Their first lead of overtime, 48-46, 3.5 minutes remaining.
Power basketball right there.
I don't think KT Ramey's going to be passing the ball much more this game.
Why would you?
They're going to get a block on Jackson Nicodemus. KT Ramey's going to be driving or shooting the whole game, and if you double him when he drives, he might kick it out, but I don't think he plans on passing.
And with the quickness and the behind-the-back move that we just saw, I mean, it gets tough to defend.
And you saw just the way you saw him walk that ball up the court. He's in some kind of zone right now.
That's when the best players tend to shine, towards the end of the game when it's on the line. And if nothing else, he's already done his part to keep his team in this game.
I don't think he wants to be done at this point as he hits the first end of a 1-and-1. We got a 1-point game once again.
Olathe East still in a man-to-man.
Oh, a steal by Jake Reynolds. It's going to go off his leg from pressure off for Mitch Midyett, and Olathe Northwest will keep the ball. See, that's something that's not going to show up in the stat book, except for a turnover.
But I mean, the Ravens got lucky once again. They kept the ball off kind of a poor pass.
Yep, just under 3 minutes to play, 48-48. Luke Waters on the drive. Everyone comes in. The kick out, no good. Oh, ball's knocked away. Here comes Mackey. It's a 2-on-3. His drive is up and good. Count the bucket. Going to the free throw line to make it a 3-point game.
And once again, Northwest gets the ball kicked away and then don't get back in time to prevent an easy, not an easy, but a layup.
Caleb Mackey had tunnel vision there. He wasn't stopping for anybody. His free throw is no good. High off the rim.
Now,
still at a 2-point game.
What Northwest really needs to do is Jack Parks has the size advantage down low on his matchup with Charlie Bell. They need to look for him in the post.
Nicodemus on the pull-up jumper. It's going to be way short. Keep two hands on the ball when you shoot. I don't know. He was trying to do a floater from about 15 feet out.
That's a tough shot to hit, especially while on the move.
Oh, a steal from Jackson Nicodemus. He's got a wide open layup on the other end. We got a tie ball game once again.
That was a great steal. He did exactly
what a play. That was executed perfectly. Mitch Midyett left Ramey to go press. And Jackson Nicodemus was at the right spot at the right time.
And they just kind of reversed the tables on Olathe East. That's what East has been doing all night long, and Northwest got one back.
Full timeout for Olathe East, and this game has just been back and forth all night long.
And similar to the girls' game, both teams hitting shots when they need to be knocked down. We're gonna have two close basketball games here in the Northwest Gymnasium tonight. Now, what's the potential for Northwest to proceed into sub-state and in the state tournament this year? What are you thinking for them?
I think they've got a good chance, given that none of the Blue Valley schools and Lawrence Free State are not in their sub-state, which those are the teams that have given them the most problem. I mean, they've got Shawnee Mission South. I don't know if they'll be in their sub-state or not yet, but it's looking like there's going to be no chance of Free State being there.
And although Shawnee Mission South beat Olathe Northwest, Shawnee Mission South is not better. happened to get the better of Olathe Northwest.
I wasn't able to be here for that game, but
I'll tell you, they're definitely not more talented. That's not the issue.
Right, Northwest is a very talented team. One of the most talented teams they've had in school history. I'd put them up there with this team, probably last year's team, and then the team that had Siobhan Shields and Willie Cauley-Stein.
See, I don't know
who
if
are both playing professional basketball, one in the NBA, one overseas.
See, I don't know if I consider them in that level or that caliber of talent as much as just they play so well together. No one tries to overextend themselves. They all know their roles within their team, and they play to the best of their ability every single night.
Well, Olathe East looks like they might hold for the last shot. But guys like Jackson Nicodemus, Kyle Sheaver, Luke Waters, they've been playing good minutes since they got here early on in their high school careers. Olathe East might try and hold this for the last shot.
They got a long time to go.
And you kind of have to let them. I mean, if you can't get a steal, it's not like you can foul.
And the last thing you want to do is put them at the line.
They're going to try and press here. There's Reynolds on the drive. His kick out to Bell in the corner. His three is up and no good. Stewie rebounds back out to Bell. Jack Parks comes away with it, and they're going to get a foul on Olathe East. Parks will be shooting 1-and-1 on the other end.
And Olathe Northwest needs to start limiting second chance points, but it was a good job done by Parks to not only grab the ball, but then hold on to it with the bodies all around him.
Stick around for the post-game interview. We'll have an Olathe Northwest player over here to talk to us and partially ruin one of our headsets with their sweat.
It's always disgusting to put it back on afterwards. My bet's on Parks.
First free throw's up and good. Northwest has got a lead. 55 seconds remain.
Although his shot is not necessarily like maybe the smoothest of all time.
It's not pretty, but it goes in.
But I mean, I like the way it looks coming out of his hand. Once it gets up to the top, it's a good looking shot.
Oh, not going to get the roll in the second try. 51-50 lead for Olathe Northwest. I'm KT Ramey. He's going to drive. His floater kick out to Mackey. Shot is good. 1 point lead for Olathe East with 35 seconds remaining. Coach Grove wants a timeout. That was too easy. That was way too easy.
But on that drive by Ramey, you have to respect his drive. He's been successful all night of getting in the lane, and someone has to step up, especially when he beats his initial man. So, I mean, when you step up on the help side, that leaves the weak side open for Caleb Mackey to get easy buckets.
Yeah, the rotation on that possession just wasn't quick enough, and Caleb Mackey was wide open right underneath the basket.
Right. The problem is that Olathe East typically plays 4 out or 4 out on the perimeter, which means that the man that has to rotate onto Mackey is usually a weak side guard, which means he's got a long ways to go to get down into the paint.
I don't think they ought to be guarding Ramey that far out. I think if you're going to guard him, I'd let him get a little closer to the three-point line before you really contest him, because if he gets by you like that, then he's headed downhill, and there's nothing you can do to stop him.
And that's exactly what Olathe East has done a lot of the night. They've spread out the floor so that they can start attacking from, the R. If they start attacking from the R, that allows them to get momentum downhill and get past their defenders.
And then it's way easier.
Right. Then the floor is spaced, and the defenders as well are spaced out so that they have more room to make passes like that.
Olathe Northwest ball, 33 seconds remaining, and down 1. Let's see if they've got a little bit more late game magic left in them.
This is several close games in a row that Olathe Northwest has played.
Who do you want taking the shot?
I'm going with Nicodemus. If you can't get the ball down into Waters or Parks for a layup, I'm thinking Nicodemus is the one taking the shot.
I say get a shot before the 15-second mark, so you got a chance at an offensive rebound.
Especially if you miss.
Yeah, go get a shot now. They're gonna wait down 1. I don't like this at all, because then if you miss, you can still foul.
Coach Grove
wants him to wait.
He wants a clutch play
Jackson
right
Nicodemus is gonna get the roll on the inside. 5 seconds remaining in the game. Here comes KT Ramey on the other end. 2 seconds remaining. His shot's gonna be up and no good. No putback. Olathe Northwest wins.
Jackson Nicodemus with the most clutch basket I have seen in Olathe Northwest history.
Probably one of the clutchest shots he's had since he's been a Raven. That's Northwest's second win in program history over Olathe East. what a game. Your final score, 53-52. Olathe Northwest wins over Olathe East.
And that's just a classic ending to the game. The ball rolls around the rim and falls in to end the game.
Oh, what a play. That must have bounced on the rim like 8 times.
It felt like it.
I thought it was up there forever.
You had that sinking moment where you thought it was going to fall out, and then it was in, and then it was back out. It's a great way to end the game.
I mean, wow. What a play, what a drive by Jackson Nicodemus.
And we'll see you back for the next home game.
We're here with Jack Parks after an exciting game tonight. You had 10 first half points. What a game.
Yeah. It's I'm really glad for all the seniors, and got a big win at school, and I'm just really happy for all my other guys on the.
All right, going into that last possession, what was on your mind? What were you thinking?
Don't let them score. Mainly, yeah. Yeah, just don't let them score, get the rebound, and stop number 4.
I mean, like, that was a wild turn of events going into the stretch. How did you stop, especially KT Ramey, towards the end of the game?
He's a great player. Just stuck together, and we just got it done.
All right, thanks, man. Good luck. All right, here with Jackson Nicodemus after the game. You really didn't have the biggest scoring night, especially in the first half, like you do in many games. But coming down the stretch, the ball is in your hands like it always is. What were you thinking?
I was just thinking that got to do it for my team. We worked really hard, so coach said to get to the hole no matter what. So I used my balls and I got to the hole. Got lucky and went in.
All right, last possession. What's going through your mind? Like, what are you thinking?
Oh, I don't know. I was getting over. All I knew was that I had the whole.
All right, like I felt like that ball was on the rim for about 30 seconds.
It felt like.
I mean, that was, and what a back and forth game. I mean, what was it like? We saw guys were in your face the whole game, in Luke Waters' face the whole game. What was it like getting a rhythm in this game?
Oh, it was impossible. It was really hard. East's goal was to come out and not let Luke and I score, and they did a pretty good job of that. Luke and I got in a good rhythm and started playing pretty good.
And you had good help from guys like Jack Parks.
Oh,
Jack Parks, he had 10 first half points. I'm sure, I mean, what are y'all looking for going into next week? You got some more games against Olathe North coming up. What are you looking forward to?
We just got to use this game as this Tuesday, but now we're starting to come back, and we got our momentum going, so we're going to win some more games.
All right, thanks, man. Thank you. See you around.
Tax time is here. This year, let Peggy's Tax and Accounting take away the stress and hassles of tax season. Whether you want a quick refund or need an IRS mediator, you can rely on Peggy and her 20-plus years of experience. Be sure to ask about Peggy's immediate tax refund. Agents are on hand 6 days a week and after hours by appointment. Walk in, call in, or visit their website for more information or to schedule your appointment today. Peggy's Tax and Accounting, 300 Southeast 29th Street in Topeka.
With more premium cable-like channels than any other station in the United States, we are locally owned. We are locally operated. We are free over the air. We are TV 25, where there's always something on.